Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis, and with me tonight on this Jarvis's Corner, we have Stu Woolley and Mark Langridge on the panel, and maybe Noradin will jump on a little bit later, I don't know. But guys, tonight we're going to talk about the recent development with Man United. We are seeing Man United scoring a lot of goals on set pieces. And another 2 goals came on a set plays against Crystal Palace in the win 2-1 on Selhurst Park. So my question tonight for the panel and for you guys is set pieces. Are we improving as a football team, or are we just surviving through set pieces? That will be the talking point, and I would love to have your opinion, so please start to get them into the comments. We will also come with some updates. Luke Shaw, we have been linked to a new left back, Eintracht Frankfurt. Cunha is back. Lisandro Martinez is back. That will also be a talking point. We've been linked to Gallagher. We know the price now is £26 million in January, so it might happen. AFCON, the players won't leave until 15th of December. That's good news because Bournemouth game is 15th of December, so they might play that game or not. I'm not quite sure of the rules. And apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano, the Semenyo deal is off for now. So guys, girls, we will be back after the intro, so see you in a second. Boom, 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 and the Tactical Devils are live. And Stu is rubbing his hands, always getting ready for the show. And Mark, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm all good. Good. I just got back in from watching the new Wicked, so
the new Wicked. Yes, there's about 3 of them now, isn't there? Or is it 2? I can't remember.
Well, it's 5 hours in total. Put it that way.
Oh Jesus! Fuck you know.
Yes.
But no, I went and watched it with the girls. Nice evening. Then went for the greatest meal on the planet that I can't stand, McDonald's, and home for the Tactical Devils. That's my evening. No football over the weekend due to the weather. So
no, same here. We didn't get any.
You have your priorities right when it comes to the Tactical Devils, I have to say. But, spending time with your family, that's fantastic. 1st of December, beginning of Advent. I don't know if you call it Advent in England, but, that's what we call it in Norway. Advent.
Not really.
No. What do you call it?
Well,
what's the period before Christmas, the last 24 days?
In a way, it's Advent, isn't it? Give me my Advent calendar.
Yeah, in a way, Advent calendar. Well, there's only 12 days of Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. 6 days before, 6 days after. And that's how it goes. The tree up on the 19th, down on New Year's Day. That's how you do it. I love Christmas. But obviously we won't be, the tree won't be out until we get the keys on Friday. And the tree will be out at some point over the next few weeks.
Stu, can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
Can I tell you a secret, Stu?
Yes.
My tree is already up.
What?
It's up. It's fully. What do you call it?
Lit.
The tree, my Christmas tree. It's already up.
Look, Vicky's got hers up.
It's lit.
Yeah, Vicky's got hers up.
Because I don't feel ashamed about saying it, even because I like Christmas. I love Christmas. I think
Mark's got his up as well.
Oh, look at him! Look at him!
It's all
look at him!
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get one for the office desk. How's that?
Yes. At least you will have one Christmas tree early. Guys, let's talk about Man United. That's why most of you guys tuned in. 38 people tuned in already. I see a lot of people in the chat. I see Wopes. I see Mark in the chat. I see Jamie Wayne, Tom Porter. I see Mick Ruby, serious soccer fan. YouTube is in the house. A lot of legends tuned in already, and Catherine Nonsense McDade, Amir Fakir coming in also saying big up. Big up. Good to see you guys and girls. Tonight, I think we will talk a little bit about the Crystal Palace game, and I haven't heard Mark's thoughts on the game yet, but also I want to have a little debate on the latest development when it comes to Man United's set pieces, because I feel we are at the stage now. We have scored, I think it's 10 set play goals so far. I think we have one behind, or 11, but I think we have one behind Arsenal, or level with Arsenal. As far as I couldn't find the good stats. Someone said 10, someone said 11. So I don't know if you know, Mark, but my point is, are we seeing Man United papering over the cracks? Is Amorim now playing survival football with these set pieces? Because I feel we lack in open play. You know, it's not that we're scoring on goals on set pieces, but we're not scoring in open play. We're not creating chances in open play. So for me, I feel this Amorim project is at a stage where I need to see more to be behind it, to support what's actually going on, because we only play one game a week. We have a lot of time on the training ground. We should see better patterns. And, you know, I'm a tactician myself. I look for patterns. I scout. I have my eyes open, and I try to see if I can see similar things being done over and over again. But what I see is very simplistic. We are playing direct from the goalkeeper most of the times, directly to our number 10s who try to receive the ball and turn with it and run. And I don't think it's very sophisticated. I don't think it's very brilliant, and I don't think it's working, to be honest. So I'm willing to have a debate with you guys and the live chat to see if we can find when it comes to this. And you know, I saw Mark had a couple of thoughts already, so I will let Mark start.
Yeah, no. First off, I'm not surprised we got better at set pieces. We're practicing them before every single game, so you know. But Amorim says something quite. It was either straight after the game or in the press conference, but basically they've been stealing ideas off of other teams. You know,
yes.
What he means by that is we've got to look at how the other teams are attacking set pieces so we know how to defend them. But when you flip that, it's, well, hang on, if we know how to defend them, we might be able to change that and tweak that into our system. And it seems to be working at the moment. You know, what the great Sam Allardyce used to do. Now, Stu, you will remember this, when he used to leave two players offside. And they had to literally rewrite the offside rule because of his tactics, where they would stand offside, they're not interfering with play, and come back towards the ball. But defenders are like, hang on, he's there. And they're not concentrating. So now we're learning how to block. It's very old school, Jarvis. You are right that everything we're doing is very basic.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will say, and I am one of them, if you do the basics well, that there's no better kind of football you can play. You know, all you got to do is pass the ball, head the ball, kick the ball, one way or another.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we scored two goals. The first goal in Zirkzee, I generally, chat, I would love you to come back now just with shot or cross, because in my eyes, that wasn't even a shot. It was a driven ball back across the box. And I'll tell you why. The ball came over his shoulder. He's looking away from goal. He's never once looked at the goal. And then he just chests it down. It pops away from him. He swings a boot back across goal. So that's how I saw it. And if he scored that and meant it, it's an absolute weldy, because the outside of the foot swerves in the far post, you know, beautifully hit. But for me, it was a cross. So, chat, let us know what you think. But as for the second, that free kick, I think I called it like school ground. It was the goalkeeper shouting at the wall not knowing what to be done, the set piece coach telling them to do something different on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Then Bruno just gives it that little toe poke. He's actually toe poked it a little bit too far ahead of Mount. Mount's just swung a boot at it, and it's gone through the wall, which is going in different directions, like spinning. So in a way, yes, set pieces, but more luck than judgment. But throw into there, what was it, 30 seconds? Long throw. Should have scored. Great save from Henderson with one-handed save from Casemiro. Yeah, it's dark times, but we've got to get a goal from somewhere.
Yeah. You at least be scoring goals. I mean, who am I to sit here to criticize? I'm just for me, I think it's interesting, and I look for patterns. But let's just have a recap of Zirkzee's goal, and you see here his movement, takes down the ball.
He's not checked his shoulder or anything. He's just literally swung a foot at it. And I've scored some screamers like that in my life, but there's nothing wrong with it, is there, Stu? You know that. It's the hardest thing because you don't know where the ball's going to go when they just swing a foot.
I think he's a bit more calculated, though. And I'll tell you why I think it's more calculated. As the ball comes over, and by the way, that's not a set piece. You can never count that as a set piece at all. A set piece is a cross. Is a corner and a throw-in. That's a set piece. A free kick's never a set piece.
I would say it's a set play. It's a set play. But if is it a rehearsed set play? Maybe not. But it is a set play.
I wouldn't even call it a set
play. Open play.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because people love a free kick, and you can ask anyone. They never call a class a free kick as a set piece. Roberto Carlos's free kick. Nobody's ever said, "Wow, what a set piece that was." It's always a free kick. And this is the thing. So free kicks aren't set pieces. And I've always said that. But the only reason I think, Mark, that he kind of meant it was this. As the ball comes across, he makes the run nicely, starts to go, comes back, then makes his run. Brilliant centre-forward play, that, which to me I love to see. Yeah. And Dalot goes across because there's a little bit of mayhem in there as well. So and then Dalot just stands still. He doesn't move. As the ball comes across, bounce, chest, gets under control. I think it was Kamada, goes to put his foot up, stops. Then that's where Zirkzee stops. That's when I think he composed himself. Kamada's foot goes down, bang. And you're right, he got a beautiful swerve on it. He really did.
Do you think he meant to slice across the ball in on goal, not a hard-driven ball?
Not a hard-driven ball. Yeah, only because of the Kamada attempted block. I think that gave him the thinking space, which, by the way, is milliseconds, as you've pointed out. When you've put one away for it's fucking milliseconds. But I think it gave him the thinking space to not wrap his foot around it, but get a slice on it. The other point is, and this is where I do agree with you, Richards was perfectly positioned for Zirkzee to smash it at him roughly about here, and he scores, doesn't he? He scores an own goal, comes off. So
yeah. And obviously, if you give it 1 second later, there's a few more players coming in. So
absolutely, yeah, absolutely right. But it's only by way of Kamada's little kind of chopping action, not the Jarvis chop, obviously, but his chopping action. It gave him that extra thinking space, and he put it across. Either way, what a finish! It was a great finish, wasn't it? Even if he did, he didn't.
He knew when he hit it, it was in because. He hits it and he peels off straight away in celebration. It was instantaneous. He knew it was going in that goal, but he beat the keeper.
Once he hits it, I agree.
In or someone was, but he knew it was in the back of the net.
He's got to change that fucking celebration, though. What is all that about?
I'm not sure we can do that on YouTube and not get, a chance of being that.
Yeah. He used to do that before Zirkzee. He used to do it.
I've seen quite a few. I've seen Rooney pull that one out and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen a few pull that. I mean, fantastic goal. And the second one, I said last night, Mark, I said, Mount, I hadn't got a fucking clue what was going on. I
think he just hit it as well. I don't think he hit it clean.
Yeah. He came out, though, didn't he, apparently? I've only seen it today. He's come out in an interview either last night or today to say that Bruno said he was going to do it, and Mount turned around and said, no, you strike it. And Bruno said, I'm doing it. And he did it. And that's why Mount looked like he'd seen a ghost.
Yeah, that half a touch in front of him, and that's what I mean. He's stretching for it.
Yeah, but you're right about Palace. I mean, what was Henderson doing? Look, I know some was in his eyes, but when me and Jarvis were playing it, Mark, we demonstrated half a meter gap in between, and then two players jumped in the air for some reason.
But you can see Henderson screaming at them over. He's telling them what to do.
Well,
I think it's Nketiah looking at him. The other one's looking at the goal.
Nketiah was doing a pirouette, wasn't he?
Yeah, and the split,
and then the ball,
I think he did a full 360. By the time that went in, he'd done a full 360 turn, going where the fuck is the ball?
He missed it as well. I don't think he hit it cleanly at all.
And if they had a man lying down, which is probably one of the things being shouted, someone get behind the wall. It would have hit him in the face.
It's fucking unbelievable. I mean, I always laugh at the man lying down anyway. It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh, mate. And they lay with their back to it. So it's concussion waiting to happen if it gets drilled at the back of your head.
Of course it is. Yeah, get it in the face. Take it like a man. Take it in the balls.
Take it in the face. That's the natural position if you're lying on the floor, right?
Well, take it in the balls, get into the fetal position. I mean, oh my life. It was a comedy of errors, that. It really was.
It was.
But there's Jarvis.
Sorry, guys. I don't mean to interrupt you because I love when you guys just start chatting amongst yourself, but we have a super chat coming in from Grace, our beloved Grace, in the chat, always coming in with supportive words. And I just want to read this out. Thank you so much, Grace Sheridan, coming in with a £5 super chat saying, "Good evening. Hope you all are well. Do you think the 4-4-2 will ever be popular again? A Madrid is the only top team that's really plays it properly. Atletico Madrid, a Madrid, yeah. So my question to you guys, we can continue because I have the footage of the Zirkzee goal and come back to the poll about was it a goal or was it a cross. We will look closer on the pictures. But to answer our beloved Grace's question. Do you think the 4-4-2 will be popular again?
I do. Yes. Will we have strikers? No. I think it will be used in a different way.
Yeah, I do think. Look, people play an incarnation of 4-4-2 anyway. They always have done. Everyone defends in a 4-4-2 or a 4-5-1. Period. They always do. You can never attack in a 4-4-2 anymore because of the wing back scenario. It doesn't allow it, or you play 4 at the back, 5 in the middle, 1 up front, as Mark says. Are you going to get 2 out and out 9s that complement each other like you used to get? York and Cole used to complement each other brilliantly. Sheringham, Solskjaer, Sheringham and Cole, Solskjaer and York, they used to complement each other brilliantly. Are you going to get those types of players anymore? Absolutely not. You get one or the other today. That's all you get. And no team has played with 2 central strikers, 2 out and out 9s, because that's what a 4-4-2 is all about. It's an out and out 9. They don't play with out and out 9s at the moment. Would Haaland? Who would you push against Haaland? Just say, for example, Cesco was an out and out 9. Who would you partner him with? They've got to be able to.
Well, that's where Cesco is a perfect partner for Haaland. 2 tall central strikers, both good in the air. One likes to drop off and link the play. There's your York. One wants to get in the box and score the goals. There's your Cole. That would be a great combination. But Jarvis, you alluded to it actually last night. I heard you say about Bruno pushing further forward. Yeah. He was getting in front of our 10s. He was the
he
two.
was. He played the second striker.
He may not have meant to be there, from what I saw from the touchline, sometimes being shouted, and you could hear it on the mic. But that is a 2. And you're right. When you press, you definitely press in a 4-4-2. 100% you press in a 4-4-2.
Always.
So even if you're pushing a wing back onto press and you've got your 3 centre-backs and that therefore Casemiro comes in as the central centre-back and the other 2 have gone wide. But yeah, I love the formation 4-4-2. I was actually our director of youth football. He was watching one of our games. He sat on the bench next to us and he said, "Why don't you go to 4-4-2? Just because of the way the other team was playing."
Yeah.
We were playing 3-5-2. So we had 2 up top, but the DM was getting pulled backwards. So as soon as that DM gets pulled backwards for the back line, you're in a 4-4-2.
Yeah,
you've just
exactly
got that
right.
centre back. Where instead you've got a Vidic shitting and a Rio attacking, because the Rio would make a great DM right now, wouldn't he? Holding midfield and get on the ball and play.
you see, that is the point, Mark. It's a really good point now, because 4-4-2 is contingent on 2 complementary strikers, 2 complementary centre halves. There's the real key to it: 2 complementary CDMs, and that is a centre half moving into CDM to complement Casemiro, and that gets missed all the time with a 4-4-2. So when we talk about 4-4-2, we talk 4-4-2. That's how we look at it. That's how we look at it. Now, Manchester United of old, as we all know, Gordon Hill one side, Stevie Coppell, or Ryan Giggs and David Beckham, or Ryan Giggs and Andre Kanchelskis, or Ryan Giggs and Valencia, or whoever. It was a straight 2 sets of wingers. Now, you would ask Giggsy, and Giggsy would come back and operate in the final third. But ideally, in a 4-4-2, you don't want him operating in that final third. You want him in the middle third, ready to receive the ball and hit the wing. So everything's about width. So in the comments last night, somebody said Stu really dislikes Ahmad, and it's a fair point. But that wasn't the point I was making. The actual point I was making is I want him to venture outside rather than come inside, because I think I said last time you were on, Mark, as a fullback, I would know how to play Ahmad with my eyes closed, scratching
you just block him off, show him show him outside. You just don't allow him to come in on his left. You just step half a step over, and now you've got to go on your right.
And I'd do it scratching me balls at the same time. And then if he does come in, I'd be saying, just come over, just stand there, will you? Because Ahmad's just going to fucking run into you. That's all he's going to do.
And if you notice, they do that, because now he'll turn back. So they face him up, they delay him, and the other player comes in, knowing he's looking either to a little dink ball between the 2 players and Bumo running in, or turn and play back.
Yeah.
So you're so right about Ahmed, and I've said before, top skillful player.
Yeah.
But his brain is got to be the size of a pea sometimes, because
unbelievable.
I mean, in the nicest way, because you've got to be smart to do what he does, and quick thinking like that to go past players. But then you've got to do something with it. And that choice of doing something with it seems to be a problem with the whole team. That's why we don't create chances.
Yes. And in fact, if you watched Bumo, because I don't think Bumo played particularly well, I think he had one of his poorest games. Did the same thing. Yeah. I mean, interestingly enough, Grace has made a point, and I made the point last night, Grace, I don't know if you saw the show, that Ahmad tried once to get round, and it was a woeful shot. But I said to Jarvis, I applauded it at home, because that's what I want. I just want to see you do something different. If you can't do it, it doesn't matter. Just give it a go. Because one day, right, and you know this, Mark, being a striker, so do you, Jarvis, being an attacking midfielder. If you've got to ping it on your standing foot, you might ping it 8 times and it's going to go all over the fucking place. But that one time you get in and you ping it on your left foot, Mark, on your left foot, Jarvis, on your left foot, Stewie, and it hits the fucking top corner and you peel away, you don't get it if you don't try it. That's all I want from Ahmad. I just want to see him try it. That's all I'm asking.
I think the best way to describe Ahmad is we go back 2 seasons and we talk about Anthony and the grief we gave Anthony for not going on the right, and he kept cutting in for the left.
Yeah, all the time.
Whereas, why are we not giving the same critique? Not criticism, guys. Critique. Ahmed. He cuts it in on his left. We know he's going to try and bend one. Same as thing he did. But I tell you what, Anthony put more in the top corner cutting in on his left than anyone I've seen do it for a while. Actually in the top corner. Not a left-footed low bend or a half
where it's supposed to be.
Top corner. He's still doing it in Spain. But he would never go on the right-hand side.
No.
And now Ahmad's starting to do that. He used to take him on the right. Now he's not. He's turning back, and that's all the time. As soon as you slowed down and turned back, Stu, you're laughing at him, going, "Yep, done my job. Get my hand in his back, push him away from goal."
Honestly, I'm scratching my balls for 90. As soon as he's coming with me, I'm still having a scratch, still having to play. Oh, here he comes. I'm going to stand John Square. Now what are you going to do?
Knowing you, Stu, you're probably asking him if he wants to have Scratch'em as well. So.
Yeah, well, I am at the same time, yeah. But all I'm doing is Mark says, I'm just standing square on him. Now what are you going to do? You're either going to run into me, you're going to go wide, or you're going to try and cut back and you're going to run into somebody else. What are you going to do?
And I'm going to be telling him, I know what you're doing. I'm facing you up, but I know what you're doing. I know where you're going. Go on. Go inside. Go inside.
Go that way because you can't cross with your right. You're no good on your left. That's what I'd be saying.
Football is such a mental game as well. And that's where I think Ahmed, we saw that in the, where was it? Where he got booked slamming into Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish got in his head, and that was it. Ahmed probably should have been taken off because he was waiting to get actually a red card. So I thought he was going to go through Grealish.
His talent, though, you know, when you look last year when he saved us on 5 or 6 occasions, Liverpool.
His talent's undeniable.
His talent's amazing, unbelievable. He just needs
to
think.
What's the most memorable?
I want to do Balal the favor and read out his super chat. And by the way, he's been waiting for so long. He deserves a super chat jingle.
Yeah, I'll give him the old. I'll get going. I'll get going. The old arms are going to get going in a minute. Here we go, guys.
You're like milking a cow.
Yes, I know. It feels like I'm milking a cow. What I love Bilal's super chats because they're absolutely brilliant. And he goes, "What's the most memorable school trip or family road trip you have been on as a kid?"
Wow. Mine's easy. I'll go first there because mine.
Yes.
Went from England to the south, the north of Italy, but through France in a bus, up winding roads, looking down like, fuck me, I'm going to die, you know, to go on a ski trip with the school. Absolutely amazing. Almost killed my teacher for waking me up early in the morning because he opened the window above my head. My arm comes up, slams the window, breaks the window. Shoot for that. And we're all about 14, 15. And you can imagine sort of in your last year of high school, it was an unbelievable trip with some of the lads doing that. But I tell you what, driving through France, fine. Driving up a bendy road through the Swiss Alps.
I was going to say, you're going up the Alps, aren't you, to the Mont Blanc, yeah.
Oh, my God. Italian job didn't do it justice, put it that way, when they're going down those roads.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. Do you know, look, I've had loads of memorable trips, but I think the best trip I had, my first tour at 9, we went to Germany. Our parents had to come, obviously, because we were 9. And I was with Junior Jacks Football Club. And it was memorable for a few reasons, but A, we all looked great in our tracksuits, flared, obviously, you know, flared bottoms and all that.
Oh, that's before that.
It was close to a shell suit. And we were rubbish when we got over there. We were beaten in all our games, all 4. But it was absolutely brilliant. It's my first ever football tour, and I'll always remember that. Junior Jacks.
Wow.
My
most memorable school trip, you know, we went to when I was 16. It was the fall. No, it was the spring, and I was 17 that summer. So I was almost 17. So I had a German class, you know.
German piece? Did you have a German piece on the back?
No. Trying to learn German. Speak German.
Animal.
So we went to Berlin on a school trip,
lovely.
like a study trip, and you know, going to Germany, Berlin. In the 90s, there were other rules. As a 16, 17-year-old, you were allowed to go to bars. You were allowed to have a couple of beers. You know, there were no strict rules. I don't know how it is now, but what a trip. That was something. So many memories. I won't give you any details, but
we know the details, Jarvis. We can already tell.
Ain't no more, Jarvis.
As soon as you started off. It was the summer of '98. I remember it well, and that's all you need to know. All you need to know. Look, listen, I'll skip to it, lads. I got to Germany. I went into this bar. met this wonderful brunette, and here we go. Excellent.
Love letters when I came home. By the way, I got a couple of love letters when I got home. So
bless.
That was before we had the phone. We actually wrote letters.
You can see the twinkle in his eye, Jarvis.
I can see the twinkle in
the eye, talking about it.
Absolutely fantastic. Jarvis, we've got a new member. We have a new member. Well, first of all, we've got Tom Porter. Thanks for having me on this channel.
Thank you so much.
Tom Porter, absolutely a pleasure as always.
Yes.
Bilal, love those types of messages. Keep those coming because they're absolutely brilliant. And we have a new member.
Devon.
Devon Lindsay, 5784. Welcome, Devon. Now, Devon says he is in Miami for a few days. Sorry, I've got a few brunettes in Miami. But I think it's going there for the Vancouver Whitecaps, I believe.
Say hello to Johnny K.
Yes, he's I don't know if he's Miami. He's definitely in Florida.
He's in the States.
I'm officially a Tactical Devils representative. I'll be in Miami this weekend, going hard for my Whitecaps. Good lad. Brunettes as you can. If you are not married or have a girlfriend, if you have either of those, be good. I'll be on them for a few brunettes. Absolutely brilliant. You got absolutely love that. Jamie wants us to discuss something. Jarvis, before we do. That's us, Jarvis. We want to know the details. Details.
No, we don't. Someone might track Jarvis down.
Jarvis, you can take this. Jamie says, Jarvis panel, can we discuss what the fuck we are doing? Bringing another. Sorry, WTF? We are doing bringing another Chelsea reject, aka Gallagher. In my opinion, it's embarrassing.
That's a lovely question, and hold that thought, Jamie. I will start it, and we will come back to it in 2 minutes because I started something. I created a poll for you guys, and we wanted to have the debate finished. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? So let's have a look, guys. I will play it super slow motion for you guys, and you can tell me if it was a shot or if it's a cross. So why do you think it's a cross and shot? Takes down the ball on his chest, controls the ball.
Swivel without looking and bringing his head up. He's concentrated on the ball. For me, I totally get what Stu's saying. I don't think he even sees that lunge, Stu, because I don't think he even.
You're probably right. I don't think he does. It's an appalling lunge by Kamada anyway.
Oh, God, yeah. And then he pulls out.
Yeah, his technique on the swivel, though, is very good because you know as well as I do that when you swivel and try and get across on your weaker foot or whatever, it's always a difficult technique. But I mean, when I looked at it, I looked at the cut across, a nice cut across. So I call it, well, it's called a swaz, isn't it, Mark, as you well know?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And that's what I believe flummoxed Henderson. I mean, it was in the back of the net before Henderson could move because it was swazzed and drilled. So I just think I'm going on power. However, you know, it could well be that he'd seen Richards there and thought, fuck it, I'm just going to slam it across.
Well, I generally don't think he can see anyone. Like you say, when you play it through in slow motion, from the edge of the box to striking the ball into the back of the net, he's not checked his right shoulder once to know anyone's there. Not until, look, his head's still down looking at the ball on contact. So you say about Swaz, he's kept his balance, which means he's probably reaching for the ball, and that's where the slice on the ball comes from. He's reaching for it, but I'm taking it, and I'm running off, and I'm meaning it. I'm machine gunning.
No, I'm taking it. I've told everyone I've meant it. I'm coming off saying I meant that. Yeah, it. I am 100%. I'm with you on that. Great goal. But
for me, I will have to say sorry for interrupting you. I was just going to have my take when it comes to this, and I don't think it's intentional. I think he, you know, if you're going to score on a angle like that, there's only one place to put the ball, and that's the roof of the net. You have to aim high, straight over the head of the goalkeeper. You see certain goals come from that angle, but never on the far post. You know, the accuracy needed and doing that on purpose. It's
So you're saying about powering
beyond,
at the front post high and through the keeper rather than
that's the only way you can score, or in between the feet of the goalkeeper if it's out of balance and moving to the front post. But he's standing there, so then you have to right over his head, roof of the net. That's the only way you can score in an angle like that. So again,
if you put some swaz on, that's the curl. That's the curl bit. We need to have a look at it. We need to have a look at it coming across. I don't know. We didn't get that clip, did we?
No, we don't. We don't have any other angles.
My TikTok, but
yeah, but the problem is, him doing this. I seen one player doing something similar, and that was Maicon. If you remember him for Brazil, he scored a goal. Maicon,
Roberto Carlos,
really tight
Roberto
angle.
Carlos used to do it all the time for Madrid.
I used to do it for Genoa. Branco, sorry, not Blanco. Branco, brilliant left foot exponents, and he would do it as well. Narrow angle like that, brilliant.
So Jarvis, what was the result of the poll? Come on, it's got to be pretty 50-50. I would have thought, because you got there's no proof either way.
It's one of those, isn't it?
Let me bring up the poll. It's okay. So we have 28 votes. 86% of you say it's a deliberate shot, and only 14% of you say it's a cross.
He who knows football, Jarvis. He who knows football. Even Catherine No Nonsense Madade, she said it was a goal. Or did she say cross? Who knows?
She claims Cass was in offside.
Well, actually. Just before the initial float, Kaz actually was in offside position. So was Zirkzee, so was Dalot, if I'm not mistaken. And then they come back in.
The closest to us on that camera drop in, and his doesn't, and that's what puts him on side.
Is it Mitchell? Tariq Mitchell?
Yeah, it might be Mitchell and Gahey, I would have thought potentially.
Doesn't move. One of the Palace guys doesn't move. Criminal, really.
Yeah, this is the angle approximately when he takes. This is not VAR, but you can see Richards 26 is online with Casemiro, so it's not a big margin of an offside, but it could be an offside. Yes.
He can't be interfering. He's not in the line of the keeper. He's level with the goalkeeper. He's not interfering. If he touched it, yes, but that's not interference because he's actually parallel to the goalkeeper. So the keeper can dive, he can do whatever he wants. He's not interfering. And the ball is hit square and actually continues to go forward. So away from that player. So he could not be classed as interfering, but who knows with VAR, because they made their own rules up in this game quite a lot. I thought the officiating in this match was horrendous.
Very strange. Yeah, very, very strange. And of course, where you see where the ball actually hit the side of the net, it was about that far away from the post. I'm going to go with pinpoint accuracy.
I think it was, literally a ball's width inside of the post, wasn't it?
Yeah, ball's width. Pinpoint
accuracy. It hit fucking metal. So
pinpoint accuracy.
So before we move on, can we just point out the additional thing on my bar?
Yes.
We started this week.
Yes. Have you gone live, have you?
No, I am in YouTube jail. They are taking forever to announce that. But I am on TikTok live. Started yesterday as well. So we've got TikTok and YouTube. So if it's all right with you, Jarvis, if I can just pop a couple of links in the thing throughout the night.
That's okay.
And then I should be going live either tomorrow or Wednesday as soon as YouTube release the handcuffs, from setting up the account. I've done my 48 hours and it's still not live. So,
oh dear. YouTube.
Yeah. They must have already seen me on air and gone, hello.
While you're at it, tell us a little bit about what you thought. What's your vision of this channel? What is it going to bring?
So the United Lens is going to be, well, you guys are obviously more aware of what I'm like anyway. I say it as it is. I like to use my coaching background and not look at a player because of his name or he's doing this. I like to have good old-fashioned pub talk. What we used to say down the pub. Yeah, he did this. Yeah, but he did that. And there's no right or wrong answer. So very much like you, I'm not really going to go into the tactical breakdowns or anything like that. I'm happy doing that with you guys. But for myself, there's always more to be said, and that sparks the interest from other people. So I went with the channel United Lens because at the end of the day, jokes aside with me wearing glasses, that's how we see it. We all see it through filtered lens. You know, rose-tinted glasses is the saying. And it just want people to come back on, very much like what obviously I used to have with the Balls Out podcast, where we just said it as it was. And you know, that hasn't worked out for whatever reasons with the other guys, but hopefully I can get like Nathan back on, you guys on, maybe some of the others, and just talk about what we saw. And it's okay, you know, there is no wrong answer. As the guys in the chat will say here, oh, you know, Stu, you're getting it for Ahmad. You're not right. They're not right. It's just see different qualities in a player. You know, I see things in Bruno that are world class, and then I see him blocking passing lanes. You know, and it's okay to have that conversation. As you're aware, there's a lot of channels out there who don't have that conversation now. It's player profiling, it's agendas, it's filtered. So, oh no, you can't say that. Moderator, get that out of the chat. I don't want any of that. I just want people to have their say. And you can do that either on YouTube or on my TikTok. I've got the same account for both. So please, guys, I'll pop them in there. Just get me some followers and help it grow. But nothing's going to change from what I do. You know, I love what I do. And pretty much I just want to say more of it. You know, sometimes, as you're aware, I can't jump on a Thursday night show because I'm obviously coaching myself.
That's right.
So some of the timings don't match up, but there's no reason, you know, these things can't work together. Like tonight, I put out on TikTok, I was going live on here, bring people over from mine. In one night, I've got videos hitting almost 1K views straight away. You know, and if they pop over from that, that's you're growing, I'm growing, we all grow together.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we wish you luck, and if you want two old nerds on there, pal, you know where.
Absolutely.
I know a couple.
We know a couple of nerds, don't we?
Isn't it? Jarvis, you know what it's like starting around Christmas. I don't know what gets in our heads, but you know, November, December time, these thoughts come in our heads.
Yeah, it's our 1 year anniversary next week.
Yeah, exactly. So
we have, Stu and I is an old married couple, you know. Now
we are.
right
we're like an old married couple, aren't we? Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just going to see how it goes. I will be using some free software to start with, but you know, there's no point in paying out.
You've got it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Everyone give Mark a follow. While we're talking followers, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 subscribers away, or we were 4 subscribers away from 1,600. I don't know if we still are, my old mate. Let's have a look.
Well, you know, if there's any of you who haven't subscribed who's watching the show right now, please do us a favor and subscribe to the Tactical Devils. We need at least 4 more, and then we will reach the milestone of 1.6 subscribers, 1.6K subscribers.
Oh, no. Yes, please do.
Who would have thought? You know, I'm so happy. You know, this 1,600 of you guys actually subscribing to our channel, and you know, I'm so grateful.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you something. You know, our subscribers are loyal, they're genuine, they're organic. I think the bigger channels have bought some. Who knows? Who knows?
You just asking the question.
I'll say what Stu hasn't said. 2 million subscribers, but only getting 500,000 views.
Yes, I don't buy that one either.
People don't unsubscribe. That's what it is. They don't unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. It's never. It just doesn't stack. That one just doesn't stack.
Yes, and guys, you can hit the link and go subscribe to Mark's new channel and United Lens, and you will probably see both Stu and me on that show occasionally.
Absolutely, more than welcome.
If Mark will have us, you know, maybe it's not the right place for 2 old grumpy men like us. But
Depends what mood Stu's in. Is he playing football or not?
Well, yeah, I'm in a good mood lately. You know,
well, even when your games get called off because I bloody.
That was a fucking joke. I wrote in our group on Thursday night when I found out. I said, we're grown fucking men. Yeah. Hell, come on. The kids.
Well, ours was called off Saturday night. I knew that their first team didn't play, and I was just like, already knew. And then Sunday, beautiful day down there, Stu.
It was lovely up here.
Sky, and I'm like, fuck's sake. But we're playing in Crawley, which is crap. It's just so waterlogged.
Crikey.
Back end of Gatwick, anywhere like that. It's not great.
Anyway, I'm down in London tomorrow, everybody. I'm down at the, for all the UK viewers, I'm down at the Houses of Parliament. Well, Houses of Lords, actually. I've been invited down a work event, which I'll be covering.
Event.
Yes, event. Might be some. Yeah. Anyway, yes, you got a sub. Catherine, no nonsense.
Yeah, I've got a few. I'm just typing in now.
Jamie Wayne, Belal has subbed. Danny B has subbed. So a lot of the legends have done. Dea Simba. So yeah. You got a great start on your YouTubing career. I hope it works out.
Jarvis, we've lost 8 subs.
No, we share 8 subs. We share
They got rid of us.
2 5-a-side teams playing at the same time.
Oh, Catherine, no nonsense has gone. Jarvis and Stu, ping, and I'll just sub to Mark.
I've got to watch Catherine though, because the abuse she gives you, I might get the shakes on camera or something.
Yeah. She's absolutely fantastic. She really is. They all are. They're the best. The guys are the best. You build up with these top drawers.
Can I please move on the show, because I'm always conscious of time. I don't want to go to 3 hours with CC. Yes, I know.
I'll be in trouble.
Curfew. So I want to run through. I have a schedule. This is what I got so far. Lots of scribbles, things to go through. Yes. First of all, I promised Jamie that we were going to answer his question. So Jarvis, panel, can we discuss what are we doing? Bringing another Chelsea reject, aka Gallagher, in my opinion, is embarrassing. So yes, Mark, you have an opinion.
Before he went back to Chelsea, we were after him when he was at Palace, and I mean, he was unbelievable at Palace. He really, how we look at Walton now, he was doing that job, and then they weren't allowed to buy him. He went back to Palace and got sold on 1 year later or 2 years later.
1 year later, I think it was.
Yeah, I used to rate him and think he wasn't. He should have been in the England squad, and then they were playing the one who doesn't even play at all. Went to West Ham, and I can't even remember what his name was, but I thought he was a very good player.
His name.
The stuff he would have learned from Simeone in his position could be invaluable as well.
Yeah.
I know you say it's a Chelsea reject, but he wasn't rejected by Chelsea. He was cashed in on by Chelsea for financial profit because he was one of their youth teams. So it was 100% profit. It's 26 million. You'd find me another midfielder with the experience he's got in European football for 26 million, then maybe we've got a conversation. But we're not rolling in it. We're still not 100% sure on these new financial rules that are coming in. I think it's an absolute bargain. And he could be the right player. Jarvis, you've been talking about rotating with Casemiro and having someone come in and do the same job. I think they're very similar in that role. But obviously, I feel they'll both still be left exposed by their teammate. But I think it would strengthen us. Look at that bench yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, Sunday. That bench was horrendous, wasn't it? No one could have been happy with that bench. So
I think
a strong player like this.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out, guys, with Gallagher. And I think we forget this, but we did a show on it, all of us. We were all on the same show. And we made a point in the summit the last 2 weeks. We were actively pursuing him.
Yeah.
We were literally trying to do a deal with Atleti for Gallagher the last 2 weeks of the season.
This is us going back in.
Yeah, we were hoping to bring. This is us going back in. This is now. If Ederson, I haven't seen the reports that Ederson's going to City, but there's one or two of the devilish tacticos have seen and have said that Ederson is going to City for similar money by all accounts.
Hang on, Ederson or Anderson?
Ederson, sorry. Edison from Atalanta.
Yeah, it's the
I've not
rumors
heard
on
of it.
Edison is as low as 30 million euros.
30
So
million.
we're
So
talking
yeah,
Yeah, I've been
26
saying
million
it's a
now.
release
Yeah.
clause. It's a release
Yeah.
clause. He's my number one signing. And then second was Human from obviously Sporting.
Yeah.
But
that's Jamie says that's the rumour. Oh, did you say Anderson? Sorry, mate. I thought you said Edison. Sorry, pal. My mistake. I thought you said Edison. Well, if Edison's still available then, and there's Gallagher and Edison at 26 mil.
50 million for two players.
I would get the two players. I would buy the two. That's exactly what I was about to say. I would buy both. 50
Would we
million.
take both? I'd be over bloody moon
I would
with
take
that.
both. Yeah, I'd take both.
Jarvis, what about you?
You know, it's worth a punt, you know, when the price is only 26 millions. And I just want to add something that no one has mentioned. British players, when they go abroad and come home again, they seem to have evolved a little bit. We know Eddie Howe. He went to Atletico Madrid. He went abroad and learned the game. He learned the defensive mindset of the game, and he learned it from none other than Diego Simeone.
Yeah.
And also the Newcastle Trippier came back, and he looked so much better after being playing in Spain for a couple of seasons. He learned the defensive part of the game, and this is what I actually can see happening with Conor Gallagher. Also, he's probably not the same player as we saw him when he played in the Premier League last time. And he must have evolved from a tactical point of view and learned a lot about defensive awareness, positional awareness, and all of this from Diego Simeone. So, you know, he could be the right player. I'm not a big fan, but I'm just saying we might be wrong.
Question, guys. Let me ask you this question: how many players does Simeone buy that don't work out?
Mainly attacking players.
Yeah, and look what Sorloth has done. Nobody would have had Sorloth or however you pronounce it at Palace. Nobody. No. But now you'd snap your hand off because doesn't he average 20 goals a season for Athletic? And he's a bit part player. Yeah. Now I know Gallagher's a bit part player, but you cannot fail. You just can't fail to come back a more rounded footballer if you've been under Simeone. But Simeone just doesn't buy anybody. He's got too much control at Athletic. He would have made that decision and ticked that box to get Gallagher. So he saw something in Gallagher. Yeah. And now if we can get Gallagher at a good money, with what we've got at the moment, with what we can't afford to do, yes. And if Anderson is, I mean, I haven't seen Anderson to January. City will be putting 150 mil on the table, surely. I mean, that's something we can't do. That's something Newcastle can't do, Liverpool can't do, nobody can do that. And if City are going to do that, all credit, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. So what are we going to do? We were then looking at 50 million for Gomez.
Yeah, come on. I'm not having that.
No, this is what's been reported. 18 million for Neves. But if you can get Edison at 26 to 30 and you can get Gallagher for the same money, I think you punt and you buy both. I think you squeeze the 50 million and you take them and you squad build around them, in my opinion.
That's I'm with you on that, 100%. I couldn't have said it better. And I think if you look at the Gallagher that was at Palace, forget about this Gallagher.
It's an amazing.
Yeah. He was hard working. He was snapping into the tackles. He's a yellow card waiting to happen, and I don't mind that in my midfielders. I don't mind that. Yep. That's if I've got to pull him down in the halfway line, I'll pull him down. I'll take the yellow card, and then we bring in Casemiro because that's no different to Casemiro. Casemiro's one yellow card away from suspension, but yet again we win when he stays on the pitch. So, and you're right, Gallagher, Simeone, defenders under Simeone, superb. Attackers, with the exception of our good old friend who went to Chelsea and Costa, most of them, João Felix, he destroyed because he asked them to do that defensive side and take out their game. He defends with 11. He attacks with 11.
But Alvarez is doing bits now for Atletico. He's doing fantastic, and Zirkzee too. So now we actually have two good strikers delivering numbers. By the way, we have some couple of new viewers. I haven't seen the names before. No, DC, big up DC. Say Lone Palace first home loss since February and a complaint headline. Sorry about that, DC. It's the world of YouTube. You always have to be reactive to for people to come in. I was going for another headline, but probably none of you would have tuned in because that's just the way it is. But we are actually having a proper debate, and I asked the question in a moderate way. We are not unhappy with the performance. We are happy with the win. So just to clarify, but good to see you in the house, DC. Good to see you. And this question came in. Stu, this is for you. It's Cody Brown coming in and say, sad I missed the conversation so far. Have we already talked about Sporting's rentless off the ball runs in the final third and how United's forward just ball watching, waiting for crosses?
Relentless, yeah. You both have spoken about this. I heard you talking about it last night with Mateta and Palace's off the ball runs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So,
but again,
is our biggest problem. This is our biggest problem. Off the ball running. It doesn't happen. So therefore the defence doesn't get pushed back. Therefore you can't break down a low block.
We don't have the players to run off the ball. This is the issue for us. When Bumo will do off the ball running, Cunha will do off the ball running, but they're better with the ball at their feet. We don't play like Sporting because we don't have the personnel to play like Sporting. And unfortunately, Cody, we've been speaking about this for a long, long time, that we don't have that personnel that allows us to play. And Amorim wants to play a certain style. The interesting thing yesterday was we weren't going long enough. We weren't playing the ball up and above and over. And Bumo, we weren't playing it up and above and over Mount. We were trying to go short, trying to suck Palace in, and we just ended up going backwards again and playing our little triangles, in the final third. So that was quite interesting. Just to quickly address Story's comment. If you listen to what I said, I was talking about him at Palace. Got nothing to do with Villarreal.
Yeah.
So I'm on the same planet as you, but I said Palace. I was comparing the Soloth at Palace.
I think at 12 games, 0 goals for Palace.
I didn't say anything about him. I was talking about Soloth at Palace. That was the point I was making. So anyway, I just thought I'd balance that one out.
So can I just add to that off the ball running thing? Because I was shouting for us to sign Mateta instead of Cesco and everyone like that previously. And then TNT put up the stat. He scored 35 goals under the current manager. The only striker to score more goals than him is Haaland and Salah in that time frame. And you talk about relentless running. The amount of times he'll run past, lay the ball off, sprint into the box to make a decoy run. But the 210s, Jarvis, you were talking last week about on the show on Thursday about what do the Palace 3-5-2 do compared 3-5-1 do compared to us, yeah? Their 10s run past the striker and he plays a one-touch knock-on on the floor in the air. It doesn't matter what it is. But then he turns and sprints into the box.
Yes.
At the back
something
post.
that we talked so many times when it comes to Højlund. He didn't do that run.
No, nor does anyone.
Cesco do the same, but he's not doing it. But by the way, when it comes to this third man runs, we saw it once against Everton, and I think that this was the only way we could break them down. And you see here in this clip, you see Bruno here starts a run and he opens up a little bit of space, and then Mason Mount comes on that second run. So again, but the thing is, it's not on purpose. It's just coincidental that it happens, from this. You see Bruno runs here and open up the run, and then Mason Mount gets a little bit of space because Bruno drags O'Brien with him and opens up that space for Mason Mount. But you never see it with this Man United team. But this once I saw it against the low block. So
it was at the start of the match, Jarvis. We were pinging a couple of balls over and they kept heading them out for corners. There was runs from Bruno and that from deep. I think Mitchell got back, cut a few out on the right. And
he did, yeah.
Was it Muniz who got back and cut them out on the left? Whether we were pinning them back and got some early corners, but our corners were not very well delivered this week. You know, for a top set piece side like ourselves, we've got to do better from corners.
He's the fullback to go for, isn't he, Munoz? When we were talking about it last night.
Yes.
We actually spoke about this on Monday, Mark. I don't know if you heard. And I was, and Jarvis is going to laugh at me now, but I was waxing lyrical about Barry, and not from a striking point of view, but his hold-up play and his movement and the way that he absolutely occupied our back three. And when you look at Mateta, now Barry did quite well, but Mateta was better because, as Jarvis pointed out and you pointed out, he fucking gets it down, drops it off, woof, he's gone. He fucking spins in behind. He's looking for the fucking. I want the fucking ball. I want my goal. Really interesting. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Barry reminds me of Barry Manilow. Her name was Lola.
Yeah, no, that's right. But you know, the thing that I bring
I take that name serious.
No, I know. The thing I bring him up, the reason I bring him up is he does what it says on the tin. Put me up there, Gaffer. I can imagine him at training. Gaffer, stick me up there. Ball's going to stick, mate. Good. That's all I want from you. Don't want anything else. The ball to stick. The ball comes into you, bang, it sticks. And if it doesn't stick, get him win it back.
Well, that's it. I was just about to say that. They don't always make it stick, but what they're doing is feeling that defender, getting him turned either left or right. It's never square. If you watch Zirkzee, even when he did stay on the centre-back, he's receiving the ball square. So you can't lay it off left or right. Jarvis, you showed a great clip where he was coming back towards the play. And now you've got to almost do a complete 90-degree turn to play it into the path, or it's going to be behind the player.
Exactly the point me and Jarvis made.
Yeah, the Everton game.
Mateta's got hold of the shirt. You talk about this all the time, Stu. You know, if he's got my shirt, I've got his shirt. You know, he's got hold of the shirt and he's opening his body whichever way. And the 10 knows that he's going to play a one-touch pass. It's a really good cushioned layoff into their run inside either the other centre back or the full back, you know, into those little channels of uncertainty. There are so many players out there like that, but we're not. That's why I say we don't play with a number 9. Our number 9 does not go towards. Is this the
one you were talking about? This situation?
Yeah, exactly. He's come back square to the ball. If he comes back and already on the receives on the back foot, say he receives on the back foot, so where he is now, he's square. If you just turn him 90 degrees either way, it's a foul and the defender doesn't even get chance. Now, with Zirkzee, I think he's always trying a trick. I wouldn't have said that was a bad touch. He wanted to do the little flick between the two players. And you're just like, just keep hold of the ball, you know. But if he does play that square and Bumo's not getting it, and you're hoping that is that Bruno trying to get in there?
It's Bruno, yeah.
It's Bruno.
When that doesn't happen, the reason we can't lay the ball off to Bruno, play that another 2 seconds or 3 seconds when Bruno doesn't get the ball. Gets the ball and they break, and Bruno now stays in that area of the grass for the whole break.
But as a striker, Mark, right, when that unfolds right from, if you play it, go to the very beginning of that, Jarvis. As a defender, I'm okay. At Tarkowski, I'm okay. Because what I'm expecting you to do is drop back towards me. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm going to plant my feet and expect an impact into my back and hold the ball, right?
And the reason I'm expecting you to drop back towards me to receive the football, Mark, is because, look, if you go towards the ball there, as soon as you take it, he's on you. He's there.
What's your manager doing if I stand still there, Stu? What am I going to do? And then what's your manager going to say?
You want about my
Why the fuck is he fouled?
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. So Tarkowski, for me, if I'm Tarkowski, I'm allowing all I'm going to do is, as you quite rightly pointed out, I'm going to just shuffle you around. I'm going to position my body so you've got to make the decision. I'm not going to come and take you hard unless you stop still, Mark. If I stop
still, I'm going to lean forward and your impact's going to knock me over the ball and I've got
exactly correct. And that's what's going to happen. And I know that's going to happen, but I'll get away with it. I'm in neutral territory. I'm not going to get a yellow card. It's an easy foul. The ref knows what you're doing. The ref knows what I'm doing. What I might try and do, if you stop still, Archie, buddy, I might try and get in on the side. I might, but I might not, depending on where.
If I turn, you can do that. If I plant my feet, go wide, and like I'm ready to shield the ball, I'm getting a foul.
But your initial thought going back 5 minutes ago was what me and Jarvis both said. If you're going to step off Tarkowski, as you rightly said, the ball comes into you, whoosh. Don't even think. Get that ball out to him, Bumo, straight away. Don't touch it. Well, sorry, that's not what I meant. Don't control it. Don't do anything. Get it round. Because you know, or should know, where Bumo is. And he should know because he's walking back and looking. So it was really bad centre forward play. Terrible, really. When you could, and they won it back.
Bad 10 play. It's just bad play.
It's just bad play. Yeah. Jarvis picked it up. Jarvis mentioned it, and we were talking about it, weren't we, Jarvis? We did it with a small segment.
We did. Yeah. But you know, I felt this was the whole of last year when we analysed Højlund over and over again. You know how he receives the ball, not angling his body, defending, separating from the defender, you know, and all of this, you know, you have to be press resistant. And I think Cesco is a little bit better. Is a little bit better in his technique when he receives the ball. He used the outside foot.
Yeah.
I love Jamie's comment there.
Somebody also winning Premier League before us. We need to delete. Yeah. Well.
I'll throw up.
And the Madness is in the house. Big up, and the Madness. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Jamie makes a valid point there. It'll be horrendous. But they signed our number one striker, and even he can't score goals for them, and they're top of the league.
I thought he was poor yesterday.
Yeah.
Gyökeres, when he came on, doesn't look fit at all.
Yeah, he doesn't suit this Arsenal system. That's
he
my
looks
thoughts,
like a poor championship level striker. And no wonder that's where they bought him from. Do you know what I mean? Originally Sporting, they bought him from Coventry and took him there. And that's why I say every league is different. Every league is different. And what you do in one doesn't mean you're going to replicate in another. And that doesn't mean you're going to replicate it under a different manager and his style of tactics.
No. But it's still early days. You know, it's too soon to write off a striker like Gyökeres. I think he can score a lot of goals for this Arsenal team. But I think something needs to change. Maybe they need to build it more around him, as Pep did with Haaland, and then we will see more goals. Will it make Arsenal better? Most likely not. So I'm not sure if we're ever going to see that.
I don't think it will. I think, do you know what, Jarvis? You've hit the nail on the head there, pal. The question's absolutely apt. I don't think it will make Arsenal better. I think it'll hinder them. I think Gyökeres was the wrong move. Since Gyökeres has been out the team, they are scoring more and more, a bigger variety of goals, aren't they? Just over-reliant on set pieces. Do you not think that Eze in particular is coming to his own? And, he's the midfielder, not Martinelli. He's got a couple of good goals recently.
Marino,
yeah.
He's starting to come into his own a little bit. And I think Gyökeres is a hindrance, fellas, personally.
Well, that's why I can totally see why they want a Cesco.
Yes,
but guys, this is where we can take the debate now. But because for me, when it comes to strikers, it's almost like all strikers in every team are a hindrance at the moment. And if you are not doing as Pep are doing and building the team around Haaland, but even that's a hindrance for Pep's Manchester City. It's all about now the false nine, the forward 9.5 type of player who can link up play and not actually being the prolific goal scorer. You even saw Mateta yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
He drops down a lot of the time. He's strong. You know, he bullies off the defenders. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening to football. But I think the old-fashioned striker that we are used to will never come back. You know, I can't see it.
So it's weird, Jarvis, because if I was to say, like, let's build our perfect team, straight away you're going in, I need a solid goalkeeper. You need that spine, right? Doesn't matter what team we talk about, we need a spine. So we're going to go keeper, centre back, centre midfielder, striker. Every team has it. You don't ever go, I don't want a striker. I'm going to play a fluid front three. You still want a target man that's going to lay the ball off left and right.
Yeah.
And you're so right in what you just said. Like, it's as if they don't care. Oh, it's passing, pass. Well, games aren't. Everyone's playing the same formation. Everyone's playing this tiki-taka football, and Man City are the key to it, and they're getting caught out now. Liverpool had a brute of a centre forward. They've got rid of him, and they lost their cutting edge up top. They've got better strikers, they've got better runners in behind. But what every team is now built around is fitness. They're athletes. It's about, can I run the other team off the pitch? And I remember the first team I ever took control of, they were like under 15s. And I used to make them run for 20 minutes out of all of it. And you have to make, if you can run the other team off the pitch, you've won in the second half.
Welcome, Johnny Commode.
Johnny Commode, straight in.
Gyökeres is crap. Actually, Mark, what I was going to say is this. I'm going to pay you a bit of a compliment now, because the type of player that you are, and we've spoken about this before, is a type of player I would love to mark. You're my type of centre forward. Big, strong, really powerful. Give it, take it. No moaning, no whinging. Your mum's this, your dad's that. You score, you'll take the piss. If I get a clean sheet, I take the piss. You're that type of striker. You are right. Jarvis is right. You don't exist anymore.
Nor do you.
No, I don't. That's exactly my point. I don't exist either. If I'm fucking gay, I'm gonna that hurt, ref. Fucking hell, that hurt. But the older days, I'll be going, right, you bastard, that fucking hurt. Fucking have that back.
But guys, is it a coincidence that the best striker for Arsenal last season was Merino? And our best strikers in the last couple of seasons have been Harry Maguire.
Yeah, and Havertz as well. Havertz.
Is it a coincidence? Because I saw Cody Brown saying, I don't think a striker is necessary. Necessarily has to be able to lay off the ball, but you have to be able to play with the back to goal as well, and I think that is so important in the modern game, and you can all see Mateta. It's all about physicality, bullying, Delict, and making Luke Shaw being the extra man. So actually what Mateta is doing, he's occupying two. And if you're going man for man and you have one guy who can occupy two, then you are in a one-man advantage on the rest of the pitch. And this is where you get the advantage, because there's a broader picture. Players run more. And, I'm just asking the question. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking as you're saying it, Jarvis, and I'm like, I look back to me growing up, and what did I watch on TV? Now, I had pace. I'm strong, but I had pace, so I could run in behind. And how did I do that? If the defender got in my way, I went through him. Do you know what I mean? Steam train. Very Haaland-esque. So hang on. I'm 44. Haaland's what, 25? I don't know what his age is. Early 20s. So we'll say we've got 20 years between us. Totally different styles of football, but he plays like I would love to play. Do you know what I mean? He's doing it in the Premier League. But then I look back and go, hang on. Alan Shearer did that. Les Ferdinand. Andy Cole. They did play with their backs to goal. Everyone thinks we just played the ball in.
Mark Hughes,
one of the best strikers with the back against the goal.
And this is just Premier League, but I could go Raul, Muller. They played with their backs to goal. Yeah. And it was link-up play. It was a little 1-2. When do you see a 1-2 in this day and age?
Well, you
That's
don't.
Real back to play. Stu, you bounce me the ball in. I'm going to bounce it off. I'm going to roll my defender, and you're going to play me in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And if I'm defending you and you do roll me, I'm going to pretend to fall over because I'm running that fast and drop on you. Literally, I'm going to drop on you like a salmon, like a fish.
So it's not that football has, as Stu, you say, and Jarvis, you both say this all the time. There's only so many formations. Has football really changed? No, it's just got faster. And because it's faster, the slightest touch takes you down. Okay? Yeah. So I look at footballers now, and I'll tell you what, when I have to pick a new under-18 squad each year, it's so frustrating because I feel like my defenders are holding midfielders. I feel like my midfielders are wannabe 10s. Then everyone wants to be a 10, and you're like, is there any chance I've got a striker? But my goalkeeper's a fullback because of the way he can receive the ball and pass and ping across. So there are no centre backs. There are no box to box.
They don't exist anymore, do they? And do you know why? It's because of FIFA or whatever it's called, where players like my lad, he's 20.
FC 26, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's all about the skill moves and everything.
And their mates are all playing. There's 8 of them. They play. Is it Foot Champs or something? I don't know. What it's called.
Yeah.
And they all play together. And what a lovely piece of skill. I want to get smashed into as a centre half. A centre forward really wants to get smashed into, and he wants it because it's the marker. It's the marker that you set. It's the marker that I set. If you come into me and start elbowing me, I know what game I'm going to play, and I know how to deal with it, and vice versa. If I come into you hard, you're going to know, right, I know what game I'm playing today.
An example of that, 400, 500 million Liverpool spend. They buy 2 strikers for probably the same in Isaac and Ekitike, right?
Oh, dumb.
And yet they were linked with Mateta. Now, if you had an Isaac or an Ekitike with a Mateta, now I've got 2 different kinds of changes. I've got a big out ball if I need to. I've got someone who can feed Salah running on 1-2s, or we've got, like you say, your fluid front 3. Now, then Man City would have that. Arsenal have obviously looked at getting that, but it's not clicking at the moment because Saka, the left-hand side isn't what they wanted. Odegaard, they're quite fluid around the striker rather than out and out. United looked at some strikers and we're not sure, are we, what actual number we got. We certainly didn't get first choice. Did we get second, third, fourth, fifth because of how long it took? And I look at some of these other teams and I do think these positions are coming back. Earlier they said, will 4-4-2 come back? I think it does. And I think from what Stu, you just hit the nail on the head talking about me and you. Jarvis, like your experience about, he's running at me 100 miles an hour. Well, he ain't going to be able to stop. Mighty Ducks situation. The kid's crashed into the boardings while I've turned and gone out the way. If you don't take the pace out of the game, at what point it's just going to be injuries after injuries. So now some teams are trying to keep the ball and it's going to be boring football. It is going to be 1-0 to the Arsenal.
But Mark, we played the 4-4-2 in the second half yesterday. Or the 3-1-4-2 if you want to say.
We did.
3-1-4-1-1 or whatever, if you want to be fancy about it. But basically it was a 4-4-2 because Casemiro was dropping down, Luke Shaw was pushing out, Masraoui was pushing out. So we created a back 4 all the time. We had a solid mid block with 4 players, including Mason Mount and Bumo, and then we had Bruno right behind Zirkzee. So either way, and I don't know if you saw that interview. I think it was on Sky with Glasner, and he explained the formations, and he said formations are irrelevant in the modern football, and he showed the tactic boards, his formation, how easily it becomes a 4-4-2, how easily it becomes a 4-4-3, and he talks about phases of play, how you defend with the back 5-4-1 or a 4-5-1, and how you go into attack with the usual 3-1 to 3-1-6 or 3-1.
It all depends where you are on the pitch.
Quick question.
It all depends where you are on the pitch and whether you've got the ball or haven't got the ball.
Quick question, Jarvis. How long have I been saying, and be honest, that formations are irrelevant?
Yeah, they are 100%. But it's phases of play. You have to have a pattern of where you're going to stand in a certain phase of play. If you are attacking, if you're a fullback, you got to be, for example, the width on one side. If you are a central midfielder on the right side, you tuck in centrally to deflect on the centre.
Everybody go on about a style of play then, because Glasner's the only coach that's ever come out and said formations are relevant. And me and you have been talking about this for years, I'm talking 3 years, 4 years.
Every show I'm on, Stu, you mention you don't listen. Not in a bad way. I've crossed that white line. Now it's what happens in front of me.
Yeah.
What is happening in front of me?
Read the game. Jarvis did it himself. The Jarvis chop didn't just come out of thin air. He knew what he was going to do. But the problem is he read the game. The whole point I'm making is the ball comes into Jarvis, he moves it in, and he sees what's developing inside him. He didn't need a coach to tell Jarvis to do the job. Jarvis made that decision himself. Mark, when you ghosted in off the back post, push me. Just push me gently, because I've got the wrong side of you. Get the ball in the back of the net and peel off. That's your instinct to tell. If I just nudge him and I just get him out of the way, I'm in.
I've got something literally right here now that I can ask both of you, like from when I talk to players. Yeah, it doesn't need to be young players; it can be all players. Jarvis, you're predominantly a winger, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well,
you played wide. You played wide midfield. Yeah.
No, well, not in my older years. I played centrally, but when I was starting up, I was playing.
You got a very own Brian Giggs.
I didn't have the pace,
You got a Garinci. You got a Garinci. Somebody with absolute quality.
If you are past the ball from your left back, he plays you a short pass, so you're say 10 yards away from your left back.
Yep.
And you're under pressure. You got to bounce it, and say you've got to play it back to your centre back. And they're pressing you. You're not going to run up the pitch, are you? You're going to now slide probably into a back five. From a back four, you're probably going to slide along because you're not going to leave the player and go 2v1 against you making a run. And then,
yeah. You have to cover. That's how you do it.
And Stu, same with you. If you're given the ball and you can play a 1-2 and you move into midfield, but you run into a mid-block, you don't naturally just drop back in and give up that space. You've now become a 5-man midfield from a 4 at the back. They're going to tighten up, I hope, and not leave you a diagonal ball in behind. But they're going to tighten up ever so slightly, and now you're 5 in midfield. So what's our formation? Oh, it's just fucking changed. It's
like
now,
that, yeah.
If that ball can't get out of there, it might be 5-10 minutes before you can drop back into your position.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely agree.
And that's football, and that's reading the game. So I always see, Jarvis, you talk about your the diamonds and the triangles. And I always say, I see Bruno cut off a lot of them. He steps into the passing lane. And it's only 5 yards being out of line. But when you do something like that, we've changed our formation. And by that tweaking the formation, everything goes out the window. Where's your passing pattern? No one's in the right position. Because you're out, I'm going to come 5 yards over. I might drop 5 yards in, or I might not push forward and make that run pass. Someone in the chat said earlier, Zirkzee gets the ball. The difference between Palace and Man United was Zirkzee gets the ball and Bruno or Casemiro would make a run past him, to take the players on. Casemiro would have done that back in the day, but he knows Bruno's also going to make that run. And now we were exposed. So straight away he's going, play safe, play safe. We're playing with a brain at the moment. And football's a very dangerous game when you have to think. If you ask any striker, he does not want to think when he takes a shot. It's an instinctive 1-touch, 2-touch finish. Touch and shoot, or just first time. If you start thinking, you're talking world class. When they have to think, take a touch, think they're going to bend in the top corner, go around the goalkeeper. They are the top draw strikers. And if any other football, it's pass, receive, pass, or as my oldest coach used to say, play what's in front of you.
That's all you can do. Yeah, that's all you can do. Yeah, and that's how I've always played the game. Always played the game. Always play what you can see. And
do you not see Man United in their heads every time they receive the ball? They're in their head what to do. Yeah, even against Palace, Bruno and Casemiro almost passing the ball, getting in each other's way.
What about the Amorim comment on Dorgu?
Yeah.
Mark, you saw that comment.
I was hoping you'd bring Dorgu up. There's 2 things I want to talk about tonight: Dorgu and Leacher. Dorgu, fuck me, did you not learn from Garnacho? The Dorgu comment was kick the man while he's down. So are you aware that he made a comment on a post about Amorim's getting the tactics wrong from the previous game, and he liked the post? Dorgu was then subsequently dropped from the entire squad because of that. And then he makes the comment about, and he's spot on. When he played for Denmark, he didn't think. The goal he scored for Denmark, we see him in that position. We talked about it, didn't we, about the knee-high ball? But for Denmark, he probably plays it back, but he's thinking. and he needs to just do what he wants. But what I will say about that comment, you cannot make that comment and not put Ahmad in the same category.
I don't disagree with you on that one. I didn't mind the comment
in that category. There's most of our players are in that category right now, and Lenny Euro, I think that he probably. I don't know if you guys spoke about him last night.
Yeah, he won't play
Taking him off when other players aren't doing their jobs was a crime, because you're destroying that kid's confidence, because it wasn't all on him. He's been exposed by his right wing back, and Casemiro can't cover him because Bruno was leaving him vacant in the midfield.
Yeah. But I mean, we've said this. He's always going to get exposed by Ahmad. Always. He isn't a right wing back, in my opinion. I know a lot of people think it's his right position. When Mazzari came in, we were a bit more solid. I don't expect Yoro to start Thursday. The potential is that Maguire's either a week away or he might be available, mightn't he, for Thursday, but probably Wolves on the Sunday. I think Yoro just needs to come out. I think, the thing about the Dorgu thing for me is actually what he said, as you quite rightly pointed out, Amorim wasn't incorrect. He was actually correct in his assessment of Dorgu.
100%.
Now I want to see Dorgu swallow it. All right, fair enough. The gaffer said it. I want to see him swallow it and deal with it. That's what I want. I don't want to see him swallow it and then start crying like Garnacho did.
But Stu, my question is, do you do this in public or do you keep a filter on? And because he's a young guy,
doing the right way in public. How he's done it is the right way.
Is this the right way? Do you think he's calling him out on the right way? Because I feel maybe it's a little bit harsh when it comes to this.
No, because he's saying you're doing a good job for your country. I need you to
clearly
do
it's a confidence problem on the player. He doesn't feel confident playing for Man United, and I don't think you get more confident than if your manager is calling you out. But I don't know the personality of Dorgu, so maybe they have spoken about it.
I think me and Stu will probably see this the same way, Jarvis, because Stu, I can almost sense you're going to think the same thing. We know there's a problem with Dorgu on the left. He's trying to do everything right. He's trying to put crosses in, and he ain't a great crosser. He's making the runs. He's definitely getting back and defending. And he's trying and trying and trying. And then at half-time, you're yanked off and fucking the manager's brother-in-law has been put on the pitch and he's doing a crap job. But he's doing shit and we're calling him out.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Do you know the interesting thing,
guys? What does it say to Euro?
I know. And the thing about it is, for me, and I've always believed this and I always will do, you can't have it both ways as a footballer. You can't have it the way that you want. You have to have it the way that you don't want occasionally. And you want the adulation. You want to go out there, you want to sign autographs, and you're happy if the gaffer comes out and says, fucking Dorgu's cross, did you see the way he wrapped his foot around that? And Dorgu's, I'm happy with that. You got to take the rough with the smooth. You got to take a punch. And Jamie Wayne will tell you take a punch, you either stay down or you get up. And Dorgu's got to get up. Garnacho didn't, couldn't be asked. He's doing football at Chelsea. Yeah. He's doing F-ball at Chelsea. Fair play to Rashford. He's in a purple patch, isn't he, at the minute with Barcelona? Although, didn't they get beat the other day 4-1 or something like that? I'm not quite sure. So, football is about, if you want the adulation, you want the fame, you want the fortune, you've got to be able to take the punch when needed.
I've just seen Jamie's comment. He doesn't agree with calling someone out on TV.
No, he's just said. Yeah, he's just
said. Jamie, I am going to say, would you call someone out on TV when that player calls you out on social media by liking that post? You can't. If you're going to give it, you've got to take it. End of. That's what being a man is. And these guys are meant to be men now. Now, I look at kids' ages all the time. I have 18-year-olds that sometimes I feel like they're about 13 or 14 mentally. So when I say that, emotional mental mentality, dealing with that. Do you know what? If you're shit, I'm allowed to tell you you're shit, but I'm gonna tell you you're shit for this reason. If you did this, this, and this, you're gonna be better. Now let's go back on the training pitch. Let's work on that, and I'm gonna help you work on that. Shu, you just half quoted one of my favourite quotes. I'm a big Rocky fan. It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up and you keep moving forward. If you want to be that top left wing back, if you want to play for Manchester United, trust me, you're going to get worse shit from people than your own manager. If your manager says it, he's saying it for a reason. You did call him out. You got to take it. And I believe there's a player in Dorgu. Shu, I like your idea about bringing him potentially over onto the right in the AFCON time. I think that might work. I believe about putting Ahmed on the left or whatever. But I did notice he came back on and he moved Dalot over to the right, which I don't necessarily like. But I'm going to use this maybe to move it on if Jarvis is okay. Leacher. Are we going to see a change in Manchester United's wing back or the left side now Leacher is back? And is Luke Shaw going to be given the opportunity to like do or die in that left wing back position, which actually he was built for?
What we spoke about it last night, and what I found quite interesting is that Luke Shaw was having a really good, solid game. I said to Jarvis, I thought, oh, crikey. Takes him off for whatever reason. Nothing changed when Leacher came on. It was really interesting. Didn't hugely get into the game, but his positional play, his tackling, just the way in his presence didn't alter our back line in any way.
No.
And Jarvis pulled Luke Shaw out the hat 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That was the Everton game. It was the Everton game. He was horrendous.
Yeah, as a potential left wing back. And he said to get Leacher in, that is a solid left side. I mean, Jarvis, I agree. I went the opposite way, by the way, Mark. I think Leacher would be a brilliant left wing back. People say he hasn't got the pace. You don't need pace to be a left wing back. It's your ball delivering ability, which is what we really, really need.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got, from the way we play, from a standing start, I don't think he gets past the right back to get that ball delivered in. He'd have to deliver in front of the player.
I think actually Luke Shaw and Cunha could do bits. Because I think Cunha had runners around him that actually knows better runs. Because I think Dorgu is a little bit too eager when he starts his runs, and you know he's already finished his run going up his left wing while Cunha is receiving the ball. So it's too soon. It doesn't create that space needed. So the timing is off, and Dorgu doesn't seem to understand it, and neither do Dalot. To be honest,
I've just seen Simba put this in it. I don't think Luke Shaw can play as a left wing back anymore because his body's broken. Have you ever thought actually that's what the manager wants to see? If you are broken and you cannot keep doing all this running, I'm better off not having you in my squad. And if you break, if your body breaks, you're gone.
I think with Luke Shaw, you're going to see a lot.
Your players.
You're going to see deeper crossing. That's what Lucha and Luke Shaw will give you. When I raised it with Jarvis a few months ago, I spoke about the ball delivery against City for Ahmad, the ball delivery against Spurs, his goal against Tottenham, I think it was his last goal for us. The way now he played in that inverted line, that inverted area, and he wasn't pacey getting up the pitch, but he got up the pitch. And that's what a wing back can do. And so, but Jarvis got me thinking when he talks about Bumo.
But guys, I'm a little bit conscious. I love this debate, by the way. I love this debate, but I want to set out some time for the Q&A, because this is a tradition when it comes to Jarvis's corner. So there's been so many updates. Dalot 150 caps. Same with Luke Shaw, 300 appearances for United. Talking about this, and I was also going to bring up the Lisandro Martinez Luke Shaw debate. So guys, you beat me to it. But I have one more thing I want to talk about, and this is one guy we have been linked to. So let me just get the tweet up, and we can look at it. Because we are linked to a left wing back who comes from Eintracht Frankfurt. I don't know if you read this today. It's this guy. Manchester United are keeping an eye on Nathaniel Brown's situation for the coming summer, and that's Pettigol, German guy, reporting this. And he knows his Bundesliga thing. Him and Jan-Åge Fjørtoft. Are reliable when it comes to this.
On him, was he playing with Frimpong on the right, him on the left, or has he come in after Frimpong?
He's a left wing back.
Did he play
I think he was the right wing back that Liverpool brought. So,
but what I got is this. Okay, let's have a look, because I done a little preparation. Nathaniel Brown is 22 years of age. He's on 43,000 euros a week. So that's doable.
Nice.
This season, 12 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, and 5 games in the Champions League, 1 assist. So he has an attacking output. When you look at his stats, he scores a lot of greens when it comes to goals and assists, shots, and all of this. And passes, progressive passes received, carries is in the medium plus range when it comes to carries, and he excels in defensive work like tackles and blocks. So he has an offensive output, but he has a defensive stability, and he has the engine to run up and down. So for me, if you compare him to other players, Norrie, Manchester City, Julian Ryerson, Dortmund, Norwegian fullback, Lucas Vazquez, Leverkusen, and Tyrek Mitchell. So
interesting.
And you get a gist of what kind of player we are talking about. And just to finish off, I have the heat map for Nathaniel Brown, and I have compared him with Patrick Dorgu. So Nathaniel Brown is on the left, and we have Dorgu on the right. I don't know what's your take on it, but it looks like he has a good engine, and he's not as far on the left hand side. He also inverts a lot, and what I can understand from him, he likes to dribble, he likes to take care of the ball. He's not a passer.
So my question is,
he's a wing back. Leverkusen plays wing backs.
You might say he plays wing back. That's the left back's position, because he's not getting into the final third.
Is he part Scottish? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
He's got a surname Brown. He's got a Scottish mum or a Scottish dad.
No, he's German.
I know
German nationality.
He's either got a Scottish mum or a Scottish
He's
dad.
Definitely English. Nathaniel Brown is as English and bloody name as they come.
Well, Scottish, yeah. I think Mark's right, actually. He's more of a traditional left back. I know he plays, Jarvis, I know he plays left wing back. What I like about him is he plays left back and left wing back, or left wing back and left centre back. Your point that he inverts quite a lot is perfect. So you're talking about the 2 channels. You're talking about the left full back channel, but you're also talking about the left-sided centre back channel where Leach operates. So that's quite an interesting thing for me. Whereas Dorgu is predominantly wide, this guy will play a nice deep third of the length of the pitch, and I quite like that. Almost to the halfway line. So he plays the middle third beautifully, but on the edge.
More on the edge.
Yeah, I like it actually, Jarvis. I like that heat map because it offers versatility. And we are crying out for versatility, aren't we? He would work very, very well with Cunha and Bruno.
Actually, I'm looking at that. He plays awfully bloody deep. He gets back deeper than Dorgu consistently. So let's be fair. This is Frankfurt, and they've only got to worry about 2 other teams in Dortmund and Bayern. So otherwise they run all over him. So he's very defensive, like more of an attackive there. If you look at that as a starting point, left hand side to right hand side.
If you look at his stats, if you look at all of his stats, we only looked at the general stats. His goals and assist shots are a lot of this is green. But when you come to his shooting, it's a lot of green. But passing is not a good read. Pass completion 33.43%. That's not good at all. 40 percentile when it comes to passes completed short. Medium 8%, 8 percentile, and 15. So his passing game is awful according to this. But it depends on his style of football. He has a lot of assists and expected assists and key passes. So he likes to be progressive in the way he plays. But yes, this is where I'm getting at. So defensively, tackles is in the 96 percentile. Tackles 93 percentile. and he tackles high up the pitch, is in the 95 percentile, mid third, and defensive third. So he's doing the defensive work all over the place, all over the pitch.
Jarvis,
what's his money? They said what his value is.
Around 30 million, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But these stats, he's averaging less than 2 tackles won in a match. Am I reading that right? 1.8
tackles won, 1.82. Yeah.
So not even 2 tackles he's winning in a game. So
well, it depends how I don't know how they read tackles, but
I hate this. This is what I mean. When you look at the stats, I'm going, hang on.
Oh, that's a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, so it must be where it's reading where he makes the tackle on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
1.9, 0.8.
Because I suppose a tackle to win the ball back in the final third or the mid, their half would be.
But you also see dribblers tackled. He's brilliant 1-against-1. It's almost like a Wan-Bissaka. You see, he's in the 96th percentile. So I think he looks really good, especially defensively. And this one is one of my favorites, tackles and interceptions. It tells me a lot about his reading of the game, his awareness, and his footballing IQ, tackles and interceptions. It's high, 89 percentile. So for me, I like his stats. I need to see more, and but.
Maybe it's interesting to see him, wouldn't it? It'd be interesting to see him. Yeah, I mean, he seems quite an interesting.
And by the way, he was also linked to other clubs like Real Madrid, just to.
Jamie's got a point. Yeah, Jamie's got a point. We don't actually talk about this. Would we consider scouting in the Championship for somebody? Would you look at, say, two of the Coventry City players at the minute, because they're absolutely storming the league, aren't they? What, they're 10 points clear?
Well, we talked about the Middlesbrough midfielder a
lot. Middlesbrough midfielder, Hayden Hackney, yeah. It's not a bad shout, Jamie, actually. Not a bad shout, mate.
Guys, get your questions in. We are doing the Q&A. It's been a while, so tonight we're going to do a proper Q&A. We have a full 20 minutes, and we will do our best.
Let's enjoy the Q&A.
And I will play the jingle.
Play the jingle. I found some shredders. Just doing a bit of drumming there, Jarvis. Just doing a bit of drumming. Before we start the Q&A, I always like to put out there that myself, Jarvis, and Mark are always open to talk to you about pretty much anything if ever you need us. But I also want to draw your attention to certain elements of your body that you might not necessarily know is happening to you. One of my very, very best friends, part of the Sexy Six, Jarvis knows all about the Sexy Six. Rather like Jarvis has got his group of friends who go away once or twice a year. We've been friends for decades. Had a mini stroke the other day, and we didn't know the signs. We didn't understand the signs. And, luckily he's recovering and he'll be home tomorrow. So we always like to put a message out to you guys. And the message is just look after yourself, get yourself a checkup. If you're not feeling great about anything, talk to people, talk to us about anything you want, because Devilish Tacticos, Mark and his new channel, I'm sure, would echo this. We're always here to talk to any one of you at any time. So anyway, gentlemen and ladies, let's have a look. First and foremost, we have Mick. I don't know if Mick is still watching, so he might catch up, but he did put this in earlier. I'd like to talk about the double foot tap penalty. How on earth did you get a retake? It's like a mulligan in golf. Well, Jarvis, you're going to have to deal with that because I have no idea what a mulligan in golf is. So if you could explain that part. And
mulligan, you just call mulligan. If you tee off, that's where you take your first shot on the course. Let's say it's a par 5, so it's the first out of 5 shots. and you smack it hard and long and right into the woods, and you never see the ball again. A lot of us amateur players, we just call it a mulligan, and we do a retake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you do a retake. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent to you smashing shots at the goalkeeper in a warm up before the game, and they're like they're going high, wide, and handsome. It's your mulligan. Take it again.
I usually try and embarrass my goalkeeper. I always I always go up to him and say,
this one?
Either one. Yeah, either one. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like you probably spoke about it yesterday. So this law was changed by IFAB, May or June this year, after a few double tap penalties have happened. Now the reason they changed it was we see it a lot in other leagues. People digging up the penalty spot, digging up the ground around the penalty spot, because let's be fair, they can't handle giving away a penalty, right? Now it was brought in because the player might slip, because that ground's been dug up. He might slip and accidentally double tap the ball, kick the ball across the right. His standing foot gives and it hits him. That is what the rule was brought in for. Now, what happened yesterday, in my opinion, is a bit like most of the rules. They didn't think about this, because the player's foot did not slip. It was firmly planted, and he shanked it across his standing foot because he put his foot too far forward. He probably took a little twitch in his run up and put his foot down too far forward. And everyone, you've got to be looking at going, why is that a goal? Why is that a goal? Well, the law was changed because if the Atletico, the former Man City striker, wasn't it, hit his shot, slipped, hit his foot, and it had to be retaken because they disallowed it. And it was like, well, that's not fair. It was a match-winning penalty, wasn't it? I can't remember. Was it Champions League? Something like that. It was very high profile. But this is like, I don't know. You say mulligan, that mulligan's sort of only in friendly golf, but in other sports, it'll be like a flag on a play in American football. You get to take that one again. That's the way they've looked at it, taken it from another sport. Accidents happen, so therefore you get that chance. But in my eyes, as a striker, there is no better chance to score than a free shot from 12 yards against a guy standing still in a giant goal that now can't move on his line, has to keep one foot. They've restricted him so much, and now they want to give you a get out of jail free card.
I know. I don't think it's right, and I don't think it should be.
I agree it's right if you slip. I think this is a VAR thing. If you lose your footing or you're clearly off balance and it hits your other foot, then okay, retake. But if you're standing upright and you hit it against your foot and there's no movement, no, you've fucked up.
No way he slips. No way he slips.
Someone said you don't get to take a foul throw twice.
No, you don't. Nicky T397 says he has to be careful. He has stage 2 heart failure. Nicky, be very, very careful, mate, because this community that we have here, the community, your friends and family, we want you around, mate. So just be careful. Our thoughts are with you there, pal. If you need anything, reach out to us. And the madness. Yeah, absolutely. We're always here for you all. So please, all of you, take it easy and live your life.
I had my health check last Friday. I'm waiting for my phone call back. So in the UK, a lot of men probably not aware because we don't like going to the doctors. Every 5 years from 40 onwards, it is a government scheme. You have to have. There is an NHS free health check where they do your blood.
February. Yeah.
As you get older, I'm sorry to tell you, the rubber gloves will come on and everything like that, but they will check. Shit happens to us, and we don't go to the doctor unless our wife, girlfriends, or partners drag us there. That is a fact in the UK. Jarvis, you might be better, but I very much doubt it. In your country.
No, I do checkups regularly. I go into the office, I do my blood work, and they check out everything. So you can't be careful enough especially when you're getting older. So it's nothing to be ashamed about. Go to the doctor.
Absolutely, please do. There's a couple of questions here we've already tackled. Jamie, we tackled yours earlier about Gallagher. Mick, in fact, he went on to say, John, when he takes a mulligan. I've also covered this one with Cody as well.
I saw a couple of comments also. Not all of them as questions. Sorry,
and Bilal, we kind of covered that one as well. But Jarvis, this one for you from Dixie. Anyway, the lack of intensity from Man United players, is it Amorim's fault or formation's fault? Both teams played the same formation. Good question, Jarvis.
How much time do you want to give me? Like 10 minutes? 10 minutes?
No, you don't get 10 minutes. We've got a load of questions to go. You got 30 seconds to stress it out.
Sorry, DC, I can't answer this question without taking a lot of time, but to simplify it, I think it's both. But mainly it's on the players at the moment. I think we have players who's not good enough. Their level is not high enough. I think Casemiro and Bruno is hindering us. Our wingbacks are hindering us. I think our fullbacks, our centre backs are not ideal in this system. They work, but they're not ideal. We have struggled with the goalkeeper up until we got Lammens in, and even him is a little bit of question mark because we haven't seen enough. And when it comes to the striker, you heard the striker debate. So again, I think we have a long way to go before we can see the intensity and the Man United players coming into Amorim's vision and do what Amorim wants. But again, I also see Amorim doing a lot of mistakes. His in-game management, how he sets up the team, how he picks his 11, and how he reacts to the opposition. And I think he's a young manager, and he needs to learn because he doesn't have the experience needed. But he said even today, or was it yesterday? He said in the interview that he
said yesterday pre-match
he stole a lot of ideas when it comes to set pieces and stuff like that from other managers, and I think that's good. He's willing to learn and he's humble. So I think you need.
I'd agree with that.
On intensity from me, can I just say that we've lacked intensity under Ten Hag and probably God knows however many other managers. Probably were the most intense were under Ollie. I think we can go back to Ollie when we were probably running for every ball. But also, the elephant in the room is he told the players Palace were getting tired and we upped the intensity. Why are we not doing that from the start? We can play with that intensity. Why are we not doing it from minute 1 to minute 90? Now, I was always told if you have to jog for 90 minutes, sprint for 45 and I'll sub you off. Do you see what I mean? Like if you work hard and you have to come off, you have to come off, but run as hard as you can for as long as you can.
Run yourself into the ground.
Make the changes.
Yeah, agreed. Right, guys, we've got a ton of questions, so we need to bash through these. I want to get through as many questions as I can tonight. So, next question, a quick yes or no. Should Martinez come back to the starting 11? This is from Ed the Mercenary. Jarvis, yes or no?
When it comes to Martinez, I'm really cautious. Mark mentioned something earlier. If Amorim needs to see if someone to be counted on for the next season. So if he can't play, he can't play. If it's injury, it's fair play. We can't keep him. But I think we should take it easy with Martinez. Don't start him against West Ham. Don't start him against Wolves. Don't start him. Let him have like second half against Wolves or West Ham. Try him gradually.
Ideally, if we're a couple of goals up, we can bring him on at half time. That's his perfect situation to probably have.
Yeah, and we gotta be honest with ourselves because the Premier League, every detail is known about players, and injuries get targeted. I'm 100% sure that other players target injured players. If they know they have a weak knee, they target the weak knee. They know he has a weak ankle, they target the weak ankle. It's just the name of the game. It's how it becomes.
And so they should. For me, I don't want to see him till January.
No,
to be honest.
No, I'm with that.
Ed, we'll come back to yours again. I want to get through single questions first from everybody, and then we'll see what time we've got, and then we'll double up. Jamie, Stu, honest opinion, which Madrid team is better, present Madrid or the 2000s? 100% the 2000s for me, Jamie.
100%. Oh, no.
Yeah, the issue I've got is Mbappe. I'm not a fan. Never have been. I like Vinny, but I'm not a fan of Vinny. They've got some really good players, that I do like. But to be brutally honest with you, Carvajal apart, because I think Carvajal's absolutely brilliant, but he's old school, which is why I like him. No Modric, no Kruna. For me, 2000s by any stretch of imagination.
Yeah, but even in between that, they've had better teams. Fernando, Figo, and Ronaldo and Beckham have all gone. They've had Ronaldo's, the proper Ronaldo. He was superb. That's the best team. But then you had our Ronaldo, CR7's team.
Oh, yeah, CR7, yeah, Benzema, yeah, you had.
Even they're better than the current team they've got.
Some brilliant teams. Great question. Thanks, Jamie, but definitely 2000s for me. And the madness is back, Jarvis, for you.
Yeah.
Very quick one. Who will get sacked first, Slot or Pep?
Arne Slot. Arne Slot will be sacked. Yeah, I think Ineos is backing Amorim to the hill. To be honest, he's not getting sacked. So I think out of these two, Arne Slot is getting the sack. Yeah.
I hope that answers your question, and Madness. Mark, for you, Nikki says, should we sign Semenyo?
I've given this a lot of thought actually over the last 2 weeks. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because we signed Cunha and Bumo. I don't see him as a wing back personally. Personal opinion. I know the stats say he's very defensive. He can play there, but that's a hard-working team. I think he finds himself in that position more than he's capable of playing that position.
Yeah, great player, Semenyo. Me and Jarvis covered this the other day, didn't we, Jarvis?
We did.
We acknowledge a player, but probably not right for us at this point in time. Yeah. Really good question, though, Nicky. Stay with us, pal. One for you, Jarvis, because you bought Nathaniel Brown, that Scottish dude up, not German, Scottish.
Big up, Cass.
Cass, great to see you. Big up. Can Nathaniel Brown cross the ball?
No.
Well, I looked at his stats. I think he can cross the ball, but he's not prolific as far as I know. Let me just scroll through his stats again. What did they say about crosses? Carries.
I've just been watching some of his highlights. He floats the ball in. He's a dinker, which in the Premier League,
he's a dinker.
It's got to be driven hard, whipped cross. So.
Well, when it comes to corner kicks, he's on the 94th percentile for in-swingers. So, he knows how to serve the ball, cross the ball. But
that's how he got his assists.
Doing live play, it's not the same. He's on the 68th percentile, 3.62 crosses per 90. But, it doesn't say anything about the quality. And if you say it's dinkers, it's dinkers. So,
bearing in mind, he's got no way for taking corners, has he? So. Bruno does it all. So, great question, Cass. Bath time. I love this. She's got posters of Pepe on his wall to this day. Absolutely loved Pepe. You've got me banged to rights there, Darius, my mate. You've got me.
Pepe or Ramos?
Pepe. I liked Ramos, but Pepe was he wasn't even subtle. Pepe, he was just brilliant. I'm gonna fucking have
and Ramos was.
Well, no, they were both absolutely brilliant. They're both. But yeah, I always love Pepe. I like that attitude.
I only asked that because Ramos obviously grew up alongside Pepe, learning from him and then learning from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, what have we got?
By the way, Stu, Nuruddin just asked me for the link, so he will come on for five minutes, the last 5 minutes, and be part of the Q&A.
Okay, so Jarvis, because you went last, Mark. Zimba says, are you guys worried about Bumo and Ahmad leaving for the AFCON? And how many games do you think we can win without them? I'm guessing that's what he's asking.
The thing is, I was going to ask you about this because there were some updates today about the AFCON, and they came out with the new rulings about the AFCON. FIFA has informed clubs that they will be able to retain players selected for the AFCON until the December 15th. I don't know all the details in these rules, but the thing is, we are playing Bournemouth 15th
On that day,
of
aren't we?
December,
Yeah.
on that day, and that's 8 p.m. So is it enough that we send them off on the last flight for the evening, or
What we did with last year was the last time with Onana, he literally played and flew that night on a private jet, as long as they're there for the camp the next morning.
So the interesting thing about it is, if they are playing match day 4, for example, of the first week, they will have an extra 3 or 4 days after the 15th or whenever it is. So I would say if they are high in everything,
big up.
I would say if they don't play for 3 or 4 days after the ceremony, opening ceremony, I would say they will play at Bournemouth. Yeah, no problem at all.
How many games will we miss them then?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, the AFCON could go on until 15th of January. It's 1 month. So we are talking about maybe 4 games. What do we play? Boxing Day.
We play Boxing Day. Yeah.
And then we have around New Year's Eve, and then we have a game, FA Cup, probably coming up, and then we have 1 more game. So maybe 5 games.
Potentially Bournemouth if they can't play the 15th. Then we got Villa, Newcastle, Wolves. That's all in December, and Leeds on the 4th of Jan, which is probably the one where they could make if they're out. FA, then Burnley, and then FA Cup.
Well, look, Cameroon didn't.
More than I thought.
Cameroon didn't qualify for the World Cup, so chances are they're going to get knocked out in the group stages.
Well, now that they got rid of Onana, I don't know. The breaking news this afternoon was that Onana's not been picked.
He's not been selected.
He's not been selected. So if that means I'm trying to find out Samuel Eto'o's socials, and I'm trying to personally ask him if he can reselect him again, so that Mbeumo comes back quicker. Onana, we all had hope that Onana was going to be number 1 for them, and we know Onana, Mr. Howler. We thought that Mbeumo might be there only for 2 games, and then they got knocked out. I know what it is, but
yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic.
It is what it is. But yeah. I would say, just to add, that Amorim was asked this on a couple of press ago, and he said that the club is in negotiations with some of these FAs, federations, and they try to negotiate when they're asking for a bit of leeway because the period time, busy time of games, and they're trying to negotiate with these, with the Moroccan, with the Ivory Coast FA, and with the Cameroon FA. In terms of when the players go a bit later. So talking going on between
Cameroon picked 4 goalkeepers and left Onana out. They picked 4 goalkeepers and dropped Onana.
Well, guys, gents, I'm going to get firm now. We've got a shitload of questions, and we have got to get through them.
Stu, if you have to go, you have to go. I'll finish the show. So I know you are on a curfew, and you know. I love to have you on the show, but it is what it is.
I don't want to be doing that, though. So we got to get through the questions, and that's it. I'm pulling rank. That is it.
Okay. Sorry, Stu, that you're on the curfew of like, what have you done? Have you been in a naughty?
I'm always in the doghouse, mate. Always in the doghouse. To be fair, it's going to get worse because we're moving. We get new keys to our new house on Friday, so I've got a lot on my plate. Right, Nuruddin, this one is for you, actually, so you've come just at the right time. Random question, but should we get Alanga back on loan? Interesting question, that, actually, to be fair.
What a wing back.
After wing back, yeah. After wing back, it's quite speedy, isn't it? Speedy Gonzalez. If he's not playing, then he's not playing at Newcastle, then yeah. I'll try a wing back.
He played 13 games for Newcastle this season.
13, yeah. He's been in and out.
Not starting every game, but he's been involved.
I think he starts the Champions League games, if I'm not mistaken, especially their away trips.
Yeah,
he's got pace in it. They play a bit more on the counter. But yeah, I mean, as a wing back, yeah, I'd rather take him than Diego Dalot. Even though Dalot had his best game in the United shirt this season.
I would take Alanga back as a wing back as well. This player that's developed into an absolute monster power, but he can deliver. But, you know, are there Dorgu characteristics? And that's the only thing. I think he takes care of the ball better. I agree. I think a wing back would be a good position for him. Absolutely.
It's definitely, even if you said one-dimensional, it's forward, get the ball in the box. It's
yeah, that's
he knows
right.
where he's going, and he knows where he wants to put the ball.
I mean, Voldemar must be crying out for him, because he's been a bit of a sensation, Voldemar has for them. And he's really not been fed properly. He scored, 5 goals already, hasn't he? Something like that this season.
I mean, he set him up for one of the goals against Everton. It was
Everton, didn't he? Yeah.
Elanga's pass through that. And he loved the keeper,
Yeah, excellent.
It's
just me. Yeah, it was. Jarvis, Trevor says,
big up, Trev, big up.
Yeah. How is the long throw? How has the long throw made a comeback this season all of a sudden? It's like the fashionable thing to do these days. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, when it comes to the long throws, I think the referees need to step in. You know, we can't keep using 25, 30, 35, 40 seconds on every time we have a throw in. You know, it kills the momentum of the game. And for me, you know, I think they are allowing something that they shouldn't. Why isn't the referees stepping in and say, play on, come on, you have 2 seconds, 3 seconds. They're letting the guy standing there with the towel and drying off the ball, and everybody getting into position. It's like watching rugby or, you know, American football. It's not how European football is or regular football is.
It's the Americanization of European football.
It is, and I don't like it.
Do you know?
No, I'm not a big fan.
Okay. I must admit, I never liked the long throw either. I remember.
Can I just point out, crosses in the box. We don't see crosses into the box. Everything's a pass into the box. Everything's a pullback in the box. This long throw at least gets the ball in the box, and now we're starting to see goals or scrambles and actual action in the box because it's causing chaos.
I'd love it as a centre half.
I'm a purist. I want to see passing angles and dribbles and flair, and I want to see beautiful long shots. I want to see
because you were nicknamed Grinch.
Melis and people roughing themselves up in the box and trying to win the second ball and all this. You know, it's not beautiful football. It's not why I watch the game personally.
It's very British. Yeah, I've seen that in the chat. I think Bath Times just put it as well. It's very British football. Long throw has been there for eternity. Maybe not in the Premier League, but all the way from the Championship down to Sunday League football.
Guys, enough. Come on. We are getting through the questions. I want to get through the questions. Right. Mark, this one's for you. Question from Johnny K. Last week was Thanksgiving. And it's a wonderful tradition. It got me thinking, is there a tradition you like from a foreign country which you wish was celebrated in your own country? I don't know about that one.
Tradition. So we're talking like a bank holiday, really, because
or a siesta, maybe a siesta. You know, I have a siesta every day.
Yeah, so that's the one. That's the one.
My tradition.
Spanish siesta is, although they work longer hours, I quite like it.
Yes.
Obviously, growing up a lot in Spain as a kid, so 100% for me that's quite normal. And let's be fair, I may have reached the age where a siesta makes you feel like a bloody god when you wake up.
I have a siesta. You've got to have a siesta. I have a siesta every day. Always
Sunday afternoon siesta after a nice Sunday run.
Jarvis has one in his snowplow, don't you, pal? You go, I'm going snowplow in. He goes in the snowplow, pulls over, snores away for 2 hours.
I used to drive the Tesla. I just set in on autopilot and just let it drive, you know. And
of course, you got autopilot.
It's a tradition I like from other countries, but really, if we're talking about that kind of tradition, it's siesta.
Siesta for me, yeah. Nuruddin, you thought on that?
I don't know. I think siesta would have been maybe the best thing.
It's the only thing, isn't it?
Like,
What about spring break?
Because I grew up in East Africa as a child. I was forced to have siesta because it was too hot to play outside from 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. And I used to hate that because that means I couldn't play football. But I would try to find my next door neighbor or the neighbor next door who had a long drive, because even the cars will burn, so that you had to park the cars. You had to like protect them. So they had this long drive where there's covered. And we would have long shots underneath there. I'm talking about this the age of 5 years old. And I used to get my siblings to pretend to make up me being like sleeping. They used to get clothes, right? And like stuff like some of the clothes so and make my body look like my mum would come in and go like, oh, he's sleeping, he's under the cover. It's under the cover. So, and for that, I would be like passing out the notes between their girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff like that. I was the note carrier where they can meet their boyfriend and girlfriends later.
That's how you
intermediate. You were the intermediate.
Nice.
I would, but I would do anything to play football. That's what it was.
Even pimp, brilliant. Even that's exactly, he's got it. When you got your notes, look, you meet her here, you meet her.
He added a few of his own in there.
I actually had a parent approach me once, a couple of times, and I think 3 times I swallowed the notes because obviously the parents couldn't see the notes.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't want them. Yeah, correct.
So I swallowed, I ate the notes. But then I always thought me and my cousin playing long shots in there, you know what I mean, battering my uncle's car. It didn't matter because we could play.
That's a great story, that is.
Yeah.
You know, I've always said, guys, come on to Tactical Davies. You get some amazing football knowledge, but you get some real world knowledge as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Great question, Trev. Got everyone thinking, which is good. Very quickly, it's a very, very simple one. Starting with Jarvis. Rooney or Van Nistelrooy? That's all I want to hear.
Rooney.
Yeah. Mark?
I'm going to say Rooney, but I fucking love Van Nistelrooy. Rooney.
What's that, sorry?
Prime Rooney or Prime Van Nistelrooy?
Are you kidding me? Not even close. What are we doing here? Not even close. Wayne Rooney at his peak. He's coming back, tackling, smashing wingers to the sideboards. He's picking up the ball. He's fighting. Wayne Rooney is the last street footballer that played for my club. The last street footballer.
I love Rude.
I do love Rude. I'm almost crying here.
Wayne Rooney would play centre midfield. Wayne Rooney, if you asked him to play left back, right back, centre back, left wing, right wing,
you've got to go with Rooney. Anywhere. You have to go with Rooney. But I'm sorry,
Rude. Turn around and say, "No, I'm not fucking playing there. Put the ball in the box. I'm scoring."
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rude, but I've got to go with Rooney.
Yeah, I'd have to say Rooney as well, but I'm sorry.
Good question. Good question. Right, I'll answer this one. There isn't. Actually, there is no update whatsoever on these charges.
Radio silence.
They are paying these solicitors and this board, and they just, for whatever reason, haven't. Yeah, there's just nothing. Nobody knows. Stefan Borson doesn't know. Nobody knows what's happening with these charges. So we don't have an update. I'm truly sorry, but that is the truth. I'm sorry about that. But I like the question, Gavin. Ask it. Keep asking it, because one day we will.
Any relation to Rory?
He might be. What was it? Rory? What was it? Rory and was it Rory and who was the other brother?
Can't remember. Or I can still picture their mum in the crowd.
Yeah. Go around the block with this one. Start with Nuruddin. Will we beat West Ham? West Ham.
I woke up early this morning and I had a bit of anxiety, thinking, if they score first, we're not breaking them down because we couldn't break 10-man Everton down. So if we concede first, it's good night, Vienna. Unless we get a wonder strike, unless we get a moment of brilliance.
Yes.
Like we did with Zirkzee. The other day. That was a moment of brilliance.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. Mark?
I'm exactly the same there. this has almost got bore 0-0 draw written all over it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, please don't say that. I'm going.
Yeah, Jake will be there. Yeah. Jarvis.
I can't trust this group of players. That's the thing. We can win against Liverpool and lose against Everton, and we can win against Manchester City and lose against Grimsby. So we are where we are, and predicting results with this Man United team is almost like flipping a coin. You never know. It's 50-50. But okay, my gut tells me we will win. We will win. We're playing at home, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we beat West Ham 3-0. I think we have a nice easy game.
Playing at home is a disadvantage.
I think
I'm sorry, Nordin. I know you're going
against them.
Playing at home is a big disadvantage.
I know they're playing quite well at the moment,
them.
but they haven't got Paquetá. He got himself a frivolous sending off, didn't he, the other night?
Yo,
yeah.
I thought that first yellow was harsh. I thought the first yellow.
The first yellow was harsh.
Yeah, the first yellow was harsh.
Yeah. The second yellow was
one. He's having a go at himself.
Yeah, an idiot. So I think we'll beat them 3-0. I mean, me and Jarvis are on tomorrow night. We'll do the preview, and
we will do the preview. Yes.
Although I am at the House of Lords tomorrow, so I'll have to call you to let you know what time I'll be back.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
House of Lords.
Yes, I know. It happens. It happens occasionally, Nuruddin. I have to go down.
The 5th of November was last month, yeah?
Yes.
I stuffed my cat.
Yeah, it is. I don't want to say anything, ladies and gentlemen. It could well be Stu Woolley's CBE.
What are they, Lords?
I've got to do
Lords, Stu? Lords.
Well, I should be. Lord Woolley, I should be. Right, gents. Couple of questions left. Boxing Unfiltered says, yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Which United player has improved the most in the last 12 months, and who has stagnated the most at the same period?
All of them stagnated.
They've all stagnated. I'd agree with that. The improvement is going to be the tricky one, I think.
Can I go first?
Lamins.
I would say the most improved player has to be Luke Shaw.
What?
Yeah, coming from injury, and coming back, gradually coming into the team and actually staying injury-free for 3/4 of a year, and now is becoming one of our best defenders. I don't like Luke Shaw. I think he's been a wasteful in his United career. His contract is a joke. And he has a dodgy attitude. He's always fit when it's the Euros or the World Cups. But what I've seen so far, I think he's cemented himself in this defense. That left-hand side is his, and he's actually helping out the guys and doing the job really well. When it comes to the guy who has stagnated the most, I think it has to be Bruno. I look at Bruno with a critical eye, and I see other things than I see beyond the stats and goals and the brilliant key passes and all of this. I think he has lost his legs. He looks really heavy when he can't barely move. He can't stand on his feet. And, I think we are seeing a fatigued Bruno, both mentally and physically, when
his arms keep moving though, Jarvis. Have you noticed?
Yes, but it's frustration because I think he knows that he can do better, but I think he's tired. He's played almost every minute. He averages at least 4,500 minutes a season and up to 6,000 minutes. And he's done so for the last 5 years. And people got to realize you get micro tears in your muscles and all of this. Your legs get so heavy after a while, you can't recover well.
It's the mental fatigue as well, John.
It's also mental fatigue, yes. And I think you can see small cracks now in Bruno and how he plays. So for me, I think he needs a couple of months off football. He needs a rest.
Yeah,
that's the only way. Well, I think he has stagnated.
Okay,
my personal opinion.
Tyrone has said Matthias de Ligt, which is a lot of fans will think the same as well.
He's always been this good. Players didn't realize. I think most of our fans didn't realize he's always been this good.
Yeah, I like De Ligt. I think De Ligt's been a brilliant inclusion. I wouldn't necessarily disagree, Jarvis. I think Bruno's a good choice. I also think Delit's a good choice.
Sorry, too quickly. I'll just say this.
Yeah, go for it.
People have picked. Tyrone picked Matthias Delit. Jarvis has picked Luke Shaw. You would think our defense was good. We are on course. The 13 games we've played, we've conceded 20 goals in the Premier League. And if we carry on at this rate, we are on course to concede 50 to 60 goals, which would be a record breaking for Manchester United team in the Premier League.
Crikey, we can't have that. We got a really good question from Wendy here. Really good question. And she says,
you got Windy. Windy always brings the questions.
Yeah, well, this is a really, really good question. In the last 10 years, name the best player that has come out of Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United, and Chelsea's academy. I'm worried about our academy. It's a damn tough question to answer, but it's a really good, intelligent question. So think about that, gentlemen. We'll go to.
I've already thought about it.
I was going to say, I know the answers.
Yeah, okay.
I know the answer already.
Go for it.
Palmer from City.
Yeah.
Saka from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Trent.
No.
Yeah.
Chelsea. Who's come out of Chelsea?
Got to be Reece James, hasn't it? Chelsea.
Yeah, Reece James. Yeah, Reece James. United. I think I would say Kobe Mainoo, but he doesn't get played and this coach doesn't rate him.
Scott.
Okay. Can I go?
McTominay, most likely.
Yeah, currently you could have to say McTominay for what he's doing for Napoli.
I think all four of us could play at that league comfortably.
Arsenal is Max Dowman. I know he's the most recent, but seriously, that kid is absolutely phenomenal. City, who did you go for? Palmer. Yeah, it seems the obvious choice, but there's an endless thing. Palmer, Foden. Where do you want to go?
I was going to go
Liverpool in the last 10 years, I would have said Trent. Most likely is the obvious, but maybe one of the two midfielders. I can never remember their name. Curtis Jones and the other one. I quite like their work ethic. City, and so that leaves us. And if I wasn't saying McTominay, I literally think our best player to come out of our academy is still technically in our academy, and that is Shea Lacey.
Well, we do have Rashford. He's an academy player.
Academy player, yeah.
Great. I wish he was still in the academy.
I don't think he's the best because he was never coached properly. He never had any developmental plan.
Scholes.
He came out too soon. Same as Garnacho, same as Kobe Mainoo.
I think Kobe Mainoo. I don't think nobody has had in a struggling Manchester United that what Kobe Mainoo did was phenomenal. I've never seen anybody do that.
Would we not consider
struggling Manchester United?
Yeah, when we consider Scholes to be probably,
but not the last 10 years coming out. He didn't come out. He came out in the 90s.
Listen, Class United too. Every one of them.
Yeah.
But have you heard some of the names on Scholes' podcast? He's naming people they played with as better than them, and they never made it for Man United. And he's saying that these guys are better than we ever were. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
In terms of he didn't play his best football for us, Pogba.
I didn't name the obvious one, Jarvis. I thought his name was sort of banned from the channel. There is an obvious
No. You are allowed to talk about the footballer. We're not talking about what happened. That's a whole different story.
Okay, if we're allowed to mention the name, the number one person out of the academy is Mason Greenwood.
It's Greenwood.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And before that, Ravel Morrison, as it's just been put in the chat. Before that, and I think he might have just hit that 10-year.
Yeah, Ravel probably just did. What else have we got? Okay, another question. And then we'll go back and we'll finish off with Catherine's question. Trevor says, if you had a choice, which would you choose, pace or intelligence as a footballer?
Intelligence. You're going to get slower.
Mine's intelligence all day long.
All day long. Some of the best players that I've ever seen are not the fastest players ever. And pace. So, okay, let's rephrase that question, Trevor. Are we talking about, because I like footballers who are faster with the ball at their feet than players who have just got pace for pace reason. Go and do athletics. Ryan Giggs in his prime, was the best carrier of a football. And he was actually a lot faster with a ball than without.
He was
the ball.
quicker with a football, yeah. Amazing, Ryan Giggs was. Absolutely amazing.
Funny enough, I sort of mentioned this earlier, didn't I, about the speed. So you can have the speed, but it's about what you do with Elanga. Elanga is absolutely rapid. We've seen him go. And he has that intelligence of, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock it into that space. I'm going to go. And my next touch is put it in the box. So you always want a combination. I can tell you from having it, you can't defend pace. You can't. You can try your best to block it off, but in this day and age, everything's a foul. You can't defend against pace. But without the intelligence, the ball ain't going anywhere, is it? So you ain't going to make an intelligent run with that pace. So it's got to be intelligence. But pace is the most vital thing in modern day football right now.
The fastest player I've ever played at Old Trafford was Obafemi Martins. Remember that guy?
Oh, no.
Yeah, Nigerian, wasn't it?
The quickest one I saw up until him was Kanchelskis.
Yeah, Kanchelskis. Yeah,
is absolutely rapid. You what? Sorry,
who's that?
Gareth Bale.
He was quick.
Yeah,
he was as quick as Kanchelskis.
Obafemi Martins was lightning.
He was lightning.
He played for Inter, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was there with R9. He was there at a similar time with R9. I think he came through. He played for Birmingham. Remember, he won the cup. He won the cup. Beat Birmingham. Beat Arsenal in the League Cup. Remember?
But the fact is, none of them match Van der Ven. Van der Ven is something like 0.3 seconds slower than the world record. He's been clocked of the 100 meters, isn't he?
He's quite quick. He's quite quick. Right, gents. Penultimate question from Trev. Would you scrap VAR as it takes an age for a decision and it hasn't got any quicker?
No.
I hate VAR anyway.
I hate it, but I wouldn't scrap it. I'd sack the people doing it.
Well, they were supposed to be VAR specialists, but they're not. But they were supposed to be.
Yeah, and the opticians are meant to be specialists as well. But every time I go in there, they want to give me a new pair of glasses when I feel like my eyes are absolutely fine and mine are working fine. So
that is true. But I would scrap it. I like Jeopardy in football. I was brought up with Jeopardy. Every time you play football, there should be an element of Jeopardy to it.
It's took out the celebrations for me.
It has.
It's destroyed the most spontaneous explosion in football, which is a celebration. People celebrate still, but I don't, because Manchester United goes shit as well. I don't trust the team to score another goal if one gets disallowed.
What are the rules of VAR?
I'm always like, but is it offside? Is there something happened before?
Yeah, but you're taking 5 minutes to go with an offside now because it's
clear and obvious. If you've taken 5 minutes, it's not obvious.
They don't do clear and obvious. So I'd scrap it. I'd scrap it tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. I would VAR with me, you, Jarvis. With VAR, we're looking at it going, goal, no goal. I'm watching it live. Give me another 10 seconds to look at it, maybe from one angle. I'm telling you what I've seen. You fucked up. The guy's handballed it, or he hasn't handballed it. It's not onside, offside. Tell me what you see. Subjectivity needs to be reactive, not thought about.
I just want Jeopardy back in football, and the only way to do it is get rid of VAR.
John, I love watching the championship. Wally, I love watching the championship for that reason.
It's not there, is it? I love it.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm not a big fan of VAR. I know the justice element when it comes to VAR. You will get it right, and we as football fans, we have been shouting for it for years. But I also think it takes away the soul of football as long as everything has to be right. Because I think football to be a little bit, I think it reflects life in a way, and it's not always fair. You sometimes you don't get everything right. And that's just the way it is.
I wish Far was here, Jarvis. I wish Far was here. Drogba, when we beat Chelsea to win the league that time, and Drogba scored. And then when we in the Champions League, Porto, when Scholes was onside.
When Scholes was onside.
I'll never forget that. Those two come straight to mind.
But it's worth pointing out. Yeah, it's worth pointing out. They got the Chelsea Enzo Fernandez. He was offside yesterday, wasn't they? And he got the goal. and they let it 45 up. So, gents, 2 questions to go, and they're both fun questions. Always like to finish off with a fun question. I love Christmas. You all know I love Christmas. And so I would like, and Nathaniel would like to know, what is your favourite Christmas song? And we'll start with Mariah. Oh, okay. Straight in. Jarvis, what's yours?
I don't know. I like Driving Home for Christmas. I think that's a good song.
Yeah, Driving Home for Christmas.
Yeah, I like that song.
What's the one from the 1970s? Mancunian band. Were they from Manchester or around the northwest?
Well, you're not on about Slade because they were more West Midlands.
Yeah, Slade went in my head when you said 70s.
Yeah,
Fairy Tale of New York.
Sorry, I don't know why I thought they were Manchester.
Not as solial as it gets. Mine is
Slade, yeah,
smooth operator. No. Mine is Last Christmas, and there may be a reason for it, and there may not be a reason for it, ladies and gentlemen. Who will know? But just picture this.
Who likes a good wham?
Picture this: school disco. The lights come down. You're looking across, and you catch her eye, and then you just go to her, and she comes walking over to you, and you take her by the hand, and you start dancing to Last Christmas.
Oh. And then Stu got straight A's for the rest of his school career.
Absolutely. Last Christmas. No, it's one of my favorite. I love the video with it, the snow. I love Last Christmas. So that's mine. But we can finish on a great question, Nathaniel. I love questions like that. But we may finish on an even funnier one. Can you do an accent from another country? If so, give it a whirl.
No.
But by the way, Nora didn't get to answer his favorite Christmas. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you celebrate Christmas, do you, Nora?
It was Slade.
It was Slade.
The guy with the afro-y kind of hair.
That's it. Yeah,
big perm.
Noddy holder.
Okay.
I remember that was the thing that in school, the disco, that was the song that.
That was the song that kicked it off. That kind of like kicked it off, didn't it? It's Christmas.
I've got to be honest, Jamie Wayne just put Walking in the Air, and that's my childhood. I even tried to sing it.
Walking in the Air, Jamie. Nothing wrong with it.
It's not a banger, but that is a proper Christmas tune.
Nothing wrong with that one.
Especially you've had a few.
What's the Christmas Carol? What's the famous Christmas Carol?
A Christmas Carol, the film.
You know about the film.
The famous songs from the Christmas carols.
Jingle
Bells.
Jingle Bells.
Not Jingle Bells.
On High.
You were doing the Nutcracker Suite then, I think.
I actually think, you know what, my favourite Christmas was 1 cantata, 5 cantata, 6 cantata, and Eric cantata.
5 cantata.
Yes, that was the one.
No, it's 2 cantanas.
To be fair, that's my favourite Christmas song.
They'll be singing that Monday. They'll be singing that Monday night, Nuruddin. They'll be singing that Monday night without fail.
They were singing it through the Palace game, and what a best place to sing it. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, gentlemen.
Ooh-ah, cantana. Ooh-ah. Ooh-ah.
Cantana.
Right. What a way to kick off Christmas.
Yes. Accents. Come on, Jarvis. And you can't do a Norwegian one.
I don't have any accents.
No, I'm terrible.
I have a few, but if I put them on,
I'm terrible.
I'm cancelled. I'm telling you.
No, you're allowed. You're allowed. It's just for fun.
No.
I'll do an Irish one, and it's poor and it's abysmal. Are you ready for this?
Oh yeah, I can do one. I can do one, but they're 45 minutes away, but there might as well be another fucking country. Scousers. All right, we have it all. All right. That's boss that, mate. That's boss that. Come on, lad. Come on. Pass the ball across. Come on.
Nice.
Come on, lad. Come on, lad.
Come on, lads. Come on. So my Irish accent is Highway 50 West. That's my Irish accent.
I can do an Irish accent because I used to work on the Irish pub club, the biggest one in Manchester, O'Shea's.
O'Shea's, yes.
And we used to greet each other. So he used to say to me, Nuri, you wee fucker, you wee bastard. And then I would go, Hunter, you wee fucker, you wee bastard. So
you can't call me a wee bastard.
That was our greeting. That's how we used to greet each other.
7. I'm 6'7". You can't say that to
Honestly,
me.
Stephen Hunt, an absolute diehard Manchester United fan. He would get emotional when United lost.
Oh,
he would get pissed. Anytime
Trev
United
wasn't
lost, he
impressed
would
with
get
that.
pissed.
Trev was not impressed with my Irish accent. Sorry, Trev. I did say I couldn't do one, but you did say give it a go. Give it a go. Jamie Wayne's I think he's calling me a pleb. He's probably right. Paddy Pimblett is calling a pleb. Sorry, Jamie. I get that. What else have we got?
That sounds like deflection to me.
Calm down, nerdy. Calm down. Oh, yeah, yours didn't go down well either. At least we had a go, Nuruddin, didn't we? At least we had a go.
Yes.
What? Mine was really
I'm
good.
banned from ordering takeaways in our house just so we get
okay.
decent food.
Yes, all right. Definitely say no more then if you're banned from ordering takeaways. I know. Sorry, Jamie. I realised that. But I am a pleb, actually, so feel free to call me one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Q&A. I love funny questions. Questions like, what's your favourite colour? Things like that. They're all the great questions that we will always answer. Nuruddin, we found out, has got an abysmal Liverpudlian accent. I clearly haven't got an Irish accent. Mark has got very good accent, but we better not.
My Irish accent.
And as it turns out, Jarvis has got a superb Norwegian accent. So that's what you found out about us tonight. My favourite Christmas song is Last Christmas. There may have been a reason. Jarvis might have pulled in Germany. Who knows? But there were letters. There were letters.
Berlin.
Mark has explained everything there is to know about playing centre forward.
When I speak, this is one of the funniest things I wanted to ask actually to Mark and Stu. Do I have a distinct Mancunian accent?
No.
Interesting. If you heard me chatting to other Mancs, you would not understand the word.
I think you've got the Manc kind of...
Sounds like he's from Salford.
Lower Broughton.
I'm gonna. Apparently, my Irish accent is just rubbish. apparently, mine was an. I don't know what, but in Northern Ireland.
Read out the comments.
You've got a Manchester accent, but it's not a broad Manchester accent. It's not that deep.
Wine's your necking, Stu, and wise up. That's an Northern Irish accent. Oh,
honestly, around Christmas when my friends come home, like they live in different parts of the world, they come home. When we get together, my other friends do not understand the word. It's like South Central Manchester. It's this accent.
Yeah,
forget about like different areas of Manchester have distinct accents.
It's the elongating of certain parts of the words. It's a bit like Birmingham. So I used to work in a place and we had people from Dudley, which is obviously south of Birmingham.
Oh, terrible.
And then Birmingham, but Dudley's like, I'm from Dudley. It's really slow.
It is depressing, yeah.
Yeah, so it's those tiny little things. So a lot of people might be watching I'm a Celeb, and you've got H and Ginge in there, and they elongate their words.
They're North Manchester, both of them.
Yeah,
they're both North Manchester.
Anyway, Jarvis has been accused of having a Rick Astley accent. There is a joke in the chat. We'll get this in, and it says from Enderman. It says, "What do you call an Irishman that works in a clock factory?"
Rick Astley.
No, not Rick Astley. No, a tick is the answer, not Rick Astley.
Yeah, I'm lagging. I'm
so sorry, everybody. I think Jarvis was.
I'm not with the anti-Irish. I love the Irish. I'm the Irish.
We all love the Irish.
I had a teacher. My chemistry teacher in high school was Mr. Dudley, and he was from Dudley.
And you know what I mean, then.
He took us to the cricket. He was a massive cricket fan, and he took us to see Lancashire, and we were all there all day. Oh, Lanky, Lancashire. I remember he used to take us to Lancashire versus Yorkshire, the War of the Roses.
Isn't it quite funny that all the songs are exactly the same, but just with different wording. The actual tune itself's the same, isn't it?
Well, it's like your football tactics. There's only so many formations. Where music, there's only so many chords.
Exactly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have
Helgi's from the other side. Helgi is from the other side of Norway.
Yes.
Helgi, yeah, he's from.
Helgi's team won. The Vikings.
Helgi's team, Viking FC. They won the Norwegian Premier League. So congratulations to Hjalmar Min and Helgi.
Nobody turned up for work today, apparently.
And I don't blame them.
Apparently, I don't have a clue what's going on. No, I don't.
Was up at 6 o'clock this morning, and he was snow plowing. Been a great show, Jarvis. I'm going to get it to close. I'm still alive at this point in time. I'm still alive. I dropped a text, and I'm still alive, but I'm running out of time. To be alive.
I will do it quickly, guys. It's been a brilliant show. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. I want to thank Stephanie and the Madness, Jamie Wayne.
Honestly, I wanted to be here earlier. But I'm sorry I'm so late.
No panic. We're glad you joined us, as always.
Subscribe to the channel, people. Subscribe, like the video. Come over to YouTube and watch the video. What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, what likes do we end up on? Let's have a look.
Well, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is you guys are here. The live chat are here. You are watching and you're enjoying yourself. We are enjoying ourselves, and this is what it's all about. We are not going to take over the world with this YouTube channel. We are just a small community. And, there will be more tomorrow night. Stu and I will do the
what time are you going live tomorrow? Because I'm thinking about
we're not sure right now. It depends. Stu is traveling a little bit tomorrow, so maybe.
So it might, Nuruddin, if you are around and I can't make it, if you could join on my behalf. If I can't make it, that would be great.
Just in case Stu's in the Tower of London.
Excuse me, I might not have been knighted yet. I might have not been knighted yet, but you know what I'm saying. I come back with nowhere yet. The fucking king. Bless him. It's one I have to go once a year down to the Houses of Parliament. What I do for a living, we get invited to certain things, and it just happens that's the last time this year. So I must admit, I'm quite lucky. Whether we like politics or not, I must admit, when you walk through the doors as an Englishman, it's hugely. I feel very, very proud every time I walk through the doors of the Parliament. So,
yes, Sir Stu Woolley. I hope to get you back.
Sir Stu.
Yes.
Lord
Woolley. I'm so sorry. Yes, now I will.
Gentry.
It's yes, basically yes. You're absolutely right.
Yes, big up, guys. It's been a great show. It's been fantastic. 2 hours 40 minutes or something, 42 minutes. So we did a little bit more than planned, but this is what Jarvis's Corner is all about. It's free flowing. And just have a proper debate and have fun. So it's been great. Thank you, everybody. Press the bell notification. You will get a notification for tomorrow's show. We're not quite sure when we're going live. Maybe 7, 8, 9, or as late as 10. We will have to see. But there will be a preview tomorrow night on the West Ham game and a tactical breakdown of West Ham and what we can expect. So I will prepare a little bit for that tomorrow.
Jarvis,
yes,
you can't do. I might go do 9 o'clock just to preview. I'm only doing an hour, and then I'll come with you to come and do it with your channel if Stu can't.
Yeah, cool. We'll figure it out tomorrow. And I just want to give a special thanks to Grace for the £5 super chat. Same goes to Belal. I am Titanium. Tom Porter for renewing his membership, and Devon for becoming a new YouTube member. And you can also be a member for as little as £1.99 and support the Tactical Devils for a month or 2 or 3. It's optional
for the year.
Yeah, for the year, that would be fantastic. And I want to thank everybody for the great comments. It's been a fantastic show. I really enjoyed myself. We will be back. Big up, Wiki. Good to see you. I see a lot of people tuning in. But we will be back tomorrow night. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Nordin. Thank you, Stu. And we will see you on the next. Have a good night, everybody, and bye-bye.